as we get ready for our first game of
Let's
this
go.
winter event. Woo-hoo! All right, we have fun teams. This is going to be wild. If we mess up team names, we apologize. If we mess up player names, we apologize already. We're just going to get that out of the way now, because it's probably going to happen a couple times.
Yeah, and for those that are like just tuning in or are not like 100% sure what's going on, this is basically winter draft scrims event where the community has sort of like gotten together, and the idea behind this whole thing is to get more newer players like involved in scrims, like at sort of every level of experience. And so the idea was to, you know, get basically any player of any skill level in here, and then try to get some of the newer players in those captain roles and go through the draft that we just went through over the last little bit. And, you know, with the intent being like on every team, there's at least 1 or 2 vets, and there's at least like 1 or 2 like sort of newer players. And it can be, you know, a really good way for like players that are interested in competitive SUPERVIVE to like get to know more other players, get to like, you know, I think like something that's subtle that's happening here is just getting to play on new teams with more players like gets you better at doing that. You know, like the more players you play with in a competitive setting, like the better you're sort of going to get at communicating, at like calming, at like playing at this sort of level. So Magical, I'm just like, I'm so hyped, bro. Let's go.
Me too. Here we go. We got to see how this first circle is going to be, pushing us a little bit north, but now that they made the first circle a lot wider, it is interesting. It's the drop that's more odd. We have it really southern over here, over Enshrin, and with our drops being gifts from above, we'll have a lot of potential for some crazy exotics to be picked up, and already some crazy fights happening early on. You're gonna hit tab, that's how you get, yeah, and then perfect. There we go. We can see that it's FT landing by Win, already getting the first knock. Especially with how things are now, it's Resurgence. Keep that in mind. You can bring up the whole team. Lemur goes deep and looks for Phenom. The Phenom is using that terrain to his advantage to stay away from Lemur for now. But I love this. The scrappiness of these teams already willing to duke it out so early.
Yeah, and Resurgence is in play. For anyone that hasn't been playing the last couple of days, we have a new experimental patch that is seem to be locked in for the moment with this Resurgence thing going on. You see these timers above squads that have members down. That's basically the time until the players come back, and that little shield indicates how many are down. So Win is going to get one of their players back in 5 seconds here, and then they'll have another one spawning in after that. For the dead players, whoever they're spectating, that's where they'll sort of drop in from the sky. And so like this Magical, we're seeing tons of violence because of this sort of reset ability.
I love this, especially for a lot of our newer newer players into the scrims. We've been seeing a lot of this action happen early. It's been a lot of teams willing to duke it out because of Resurgence, but you gotta be careful. We even saw the full team wipe early on because teams were a little bit too greedy. They were too willing to go for these scraps instead of just disengaging, getting out of there. Like right now, we see that, are in a bad spot. There was a nice turnaround. 2v2 as Quiz and Paz are going to hunt for Scar, but Scar is already heading towards town, so they decide to fall back and get that level.
Yeah, he's just going to use the safety of the guards there to make sure nothing can happen to those last 2. They're going to get a reset. And everyone like coming up on level 4 pretty quickly here. And it's something we've been seeing a lot of where like with the Resurgence in effect, like if 2 of these teams drop near each other, they'll just like keep mauling each other at like level 2 and 3 before they even get 4. Because everyone's still trying to like figure out the optimal way to violence. You know what I mean?
Should we call this team Like or Lick? I kind of feel like Lick would be funnier.
Like, I don't care, bro. Lick is good with me.
I like Lick because I know that what they were going for was it be like that, but I kind of want to just call him Lick.
It'd be like that
because we can get a lot of fun names out there as we have this fight.
Big grab.
Nice pull. Big grab from Dreammaker. And this is why we were looking at this team. Seeing Dreammaker on this Kingpin as they are hunting down Evan the Great. Evan, going to be hard to get away from that one. Just need to land those arrows, and Draw are the ones getting licked in that battle.
Yeah, we were literally just talking about Dreammaker's Kingpin like before the match just started. And comes through right there. Just like such a... you know, like game-changing ability in the hook, like can just initiate so many. I just have been loving watching Kingpin, bro. He's such a cool character. Like what he brings to, especially competitive SUPERVIVE, is just awesome. Like you see so many things happen that's crazy, sort of off the back of Kingpin doing something wild. So Dreammaker gets one to come through there. We got pretty crowded top left side of the map here as people are kind of working their way in from the storm.
We got a lot of teams kind of meeting up here. Yeah, we're the team that had escaped towards town, but now it's ItB, and they kind of have found themselves in a potential fight against Levels are tempted, especially outside, but Scarb was by themselves, so it was a nice play there from ItB. Find that pick, make sure that they're getting these points earlier on. They're even getting themselves a lot of these power shards. Nox probably going to fall here too, but it's not night one. Resurgence is still active. The team will be fully back up before day breaks.
Yeah, and the rest of down here just cleaning up some creeps. It looks like we got a fight maybe down here at the grind. SCR and FT duking it out. Myths throwing down their rain walls, trying to just like hold position here. It looks like FT has one split out. I only see 3. Oh, Brawl's just above, I see. Grabbing fire.
Also, we have a very interesting circle that is really focused onto the grind here. And right north of this is where one of those exotic drops is. So it could be a fight between SCR and FT, looking for control of that. And I'm glad that we also got to see what kind of souls we have. Teleporting soul is going to be a really interesting one to see how that's going to work, especially
100%.
because how this circle is. There's not much territory. There's not much land to actually TP to.
Yeah, and we saw Phenom grab that exotic right before they came in. Lumi Rain in a bit of a rough spot here, kind of going to just be caught out by SCR there. And they kind of have like 2 1v3s going on. Username Diff doing a little bit better in it, though, as FT is going to retreat. Coming up to TER, and is this the last player of Have they? Oh, no, that's Scarb. So they have gotten a res. Oh, he is the last, though.
That's the last one. That's the last one, because Nox is in Wisp form now. So Scarb, last one to survive. We might have a team knocked out already.
Big ult.
That was a huge abyssal breakthrough that we saw right there in the corner, and another pull too from Lick to look for the play outside in the storm, and they're chasing away yet another team. But poor Scarb is the one who's gonna get chased too, and now our team has been eliminated.
That's a rough spot, so he's gonna get kind of collapsed on as everyone's coming in from the storm. This is like a pretty aggressive storm angle. I think we're gonna be over a lot of abyss here if it continues like trending down toward the grind. Look, we got about half of it out in the open as we see someone grabbing.
Draw gets damaged. This is, I believe this one's damage.
Nice.
Yeah, so nice there for Draw. They're gonna find themselves in a good spot, and another fight. These 2 teams have kind of been posturing for a long time, ready to scrap, but now FT are the ones in a bad spot because you have teams intervening in the north side. Lumi Rain is split away from Ham, while SCR chase off Dat. Win, jump onto Ham. Ham tries to go over the abyss and use the jellyfish to get away. Has gotten a good distance, and he spikes, but the chase down. They get it hard for Ham to get away. And losing another member, FT only have Lumi Rain, this lone void against the world, while SCR now find themselves duking it out over the control against Win.
Yeah, and I expect that Icarus to get jacked. It's actually still laying there on the right, so no one actually grabbed the Icarus that Ham was grabbing there. Chef's going to snag it here. And so kind of gaining a bit of a power advantage win here. Lemur with the Abyssal Eye and Chef with the wings now. They are just going to like peel north here. SCR having fire vision, happy to kill these level 7 creeps, kind of get to the next power cap here on day 3. And as we see that kill coming through by TER up here, aggressing onto ITB. Big spike coming through for the Jin with the second kill on Twist here.
And poor Pony Boy. That chain was right in a bit of terrain, so TER chasing down ItB. Pony Boy is going to suffer the consequences for that one, but we still have 9 squads up. 28 players remain. That's a lot of teams with only 1 or 2 members left. And we see ItB being one of those teams. Stealth Ninja trying to be stealthy, but looking where the crowns are inside of some of those storms, it's going to be hard to get to.
Yeah, and Win just had a battle right here. Dat on the back foot. 2 Wisps we see just getting executed there. And so Dat also going to be looking for a res of their own. We also have DRA over here with Kenny down. And that's a pretty nice looking team comp. They're going for the box res here. Lick is not going to let it happen.
Nah, not going to let it happen one bit, especially because that emergency penguin that came out, that terrain doesn't last very long. So it was a good play by Lick to make sure that Draw stay at a disadvantage, stay with only 3 players remaining. but this has given avenues for these teams that were started all the way north to now push into the circle that continues to push towards Machine and over a lot of the void that we have.
Yeah, we got Void, we got lasers. It's going to be pretty gnarly out here. Big armor advantage here for Lick. 3 golds. Huge grab.
Nice grab to find that play, trying to get them over the abyss for the spike, but able to get away quits barely until Venomous finds that angle. Almost got that Jin out of there, but now that Neff is left alone, they're going to look to see if they can take down the support and then look for the tank. Oath jumping away, Paz trying to keep the team alive, but that same roll can push them away and split them. Dunk down for Dreammaker, finding another team, sending out the nukes. The Eye of the Storm has been popped, but now TER, you're over the abyss and you're getting run down. And only have Paz remaining for the team. He is far away. He is bailed completely from the battle.
Yeah, Paz saw the writing on the wall there, took the roundabout angle to try to keep his team in it, and it might work as Lick's going to get engaged on the back by DRA with the damage soul, so they did get that res to come through. I think they ended up probably going back and snagging that box res. Bit of an armor disadvantage in that fight, but not bad. 2 blues, 2 greens. As we come over here to win, continuing their onslaught.
Oh no, Paz almost got knocked into the lasers. Now he's over the abyss, but he's spiked down. Team eliminated. Win, making sure no res happen from that crown as we go back to the machine. Draw, don't get pulled in. Dunmere did a good job with the shield, but unfortunately Evan still took too much damage. The push back onto Venomous. Abyssal
the lasers, bro, the lasers!
The lasers doing so much, trying to get the kill onto Venomous. But even though you do, you fall for that too, and now Dunmere by themselves, another Oath that we see barely survive.
Yeah, so Lick like showing up strong there, big fight, and Dunmere, you know, really wants to keep his team in it to keep this damage soul. Even if they can just get a res anywhere, like that's such a big power kind of advantage they have if they can keep that and not get knocked out. So it looks like he's doing something over on that island. I'm not sure exactly what he's up to, but we got an exotic that like 3 teams are posturing over here. So he threw down a fire, and he's looking to maybe play off this vision, play for a spike here, but it looks like Lick is wanting to push him using a fan angle maybe.
Yeah, they want to push him, but that is a very scary island to try to get onto, regardless if you're Vissel Breaker. As you know it's Oath, you're not really going to get that close to it, so that's why they bailed.
I'm a bit surprised, bro, because I expected them like 1v4, push that, try to get that soul. That's like actually very surprising to me that they... I wonder if, so Dunmere, kind of just gonna posture up, say, push me, baby, and they say, no, thank you. So he's gonna live it out, grabs crown, hopefully he can get his team back in it. Lick decides instead to engage on Win, who have been on an absolute tear.
They sent out the nuke, it splits up the fight, means that they already found Win separated. They take down one initially. Lick now look like they want to fight against Lemur and Co, but Win are bailing. They're not even trying to see if they can stop this Abyssal, but that gave time for Ghost to start pushing back towards the team. They could have gotten the res there and almost were able to pull him back. There's going to be a Deathbox res. Lick could stop this one. They got to know what's happening. Venomous now spotting it out and dashing in. That's a lot of damage. Brawl, though, brawls back. Almost finds the knock, but falling instead. Thank you, Chef, is gone. It is going to be the respawn beacon right behind them. They can make it hard for Lick to actually stop them for this one, and they will get the team back on their feet.
Yeah, Lemur on his comfort pick on the Celeste. Going to be very hard to end Win unless you're able to take out Lemur on that Hunter, because he is very shifty, very good at keeping his team in it, getting reses. She's extremely good at holding position like that with the wall, with the ult. Very scary to push on a beacon. And Magic, you mentioned the teleport soul. They don't really have anywhere to teleport, it seems like. You know what I mean? It's like such a weird circle.
Yeah, it just continues to go over the abyss. Very little territory that you can utilize this one. And that's what we were seeing initially was that. And with this fight, IMS are getting pinched by SCR, even looking for Dunmere, who might be able to get the spike, but that's not going to be it. Instead, we're going to see that it's Kajestic taken down. 20 seconds remaining for Dunmere as he goes onto this little bit of land. Has to have enough time.
Oh, fans out. Go, Dun, go.
He fans all the way over there. Another knock onto Rin. Well, Win, look at Lick again, ready to scrap with them.
Dude, he's about to get it through. So some nice Abyss play here by Dunmere. Gonna get his whole team back. Still have damage. So I actually have a pretty good position on the way this storm is shifting with this little kind of side island here. So I expect them to kind of continue playing like north over the Abyss here. And I love the fans too. There's so much environment happening here. Like the way the fans play into this. Oh, so we see this next circle kind of shifting
Yeah.
up. Now we're gonna have like almost an arena up here, bro. It's like a little little
Everyone's gonna be in
circular.
this. Yeah, they're gonna be in this tight corridor that they have to fight as you try to get over.
Oh
Evan the
my
Great, though,
God.
sacrificing himself. Well, there's the dunk on the other side. Username Dip Fontra and the Kenny tries to survive, but with so many teams there, draw will be eliminated. 4 teams now, all holding these corners as the circle is starting to push in. Win have to go through not 1, not 2, but 3 squads in order to get into that arena that we were just talking about.
Yeah, so they're gonna actually pad up, take this little choke on the left by these lasers. SCR trying to like work their way up on the right. Username Diff gonna get taken out, but it looks like they probably will be able to get the res here. And yeah, Oath is just gonna try to guarantee that with the zoning of the Abyssal Breaker. And Pico gets taken out. I didn't even see what happened there.
It was just a lot of damage from Lemur on the other side, and now Lick, who had the inner circle, they controlled the Thunderdome, but they are pushed back and only have Afios onto the respawn beacon to try to get the team back up. But everyone's gonna know the siren is blaring. Do they try to see if they can jump onto that little bit of an island, especially when you have to deal with a myth who's throwing down the hail of arrows? Lick, they ain't out of this just yet.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that gear on Win, bro. Just pinked out. 2 golds, 2 blues, lots of good powers. They are looking strong, holding their spot in the arena. Now, damage soul, huge ult by Ghost.
Oh, what a pull, too. Finding that all the way over. Kogi was pulled into the battle, but Lick didn't really want that. They have the crown, and they got to hold out. Actually, they should be able to get the reses onto the wisps in time. While SCR, they're the ones in need of a crown. They need to get that respawn because they are the team that have the worst position, as there is the attempt to try to see if they can get into the Thunderdome up against Win. Win still controlling it really strong. Pushing back, Dreammaker, finding the damage as well. Into the storm they go, and they're going to take out Lick. Win looking to win this game, as now it's just SCR, the last team that remains. They held onto this island for so long, and with so many teams battling it out, the storm grenades have been thrown out. They've got the chilling finale. SCR, you ain't got anywhere to go. 2v4, they're trying, but the Abyssal Breaker pushed back the Oath, doing massive work on the other side. Now it's a 1v2, trying to stop that one, spin dash away, look for the knockback.
Shield back, let's go, go back.
Damage. Almost with the fans was able to turn around, but Win will take our game.
That was really well fought by them at the air in the end there, like almost like kind of pulled out that 2v4 as Win came over the top. Lick like also kind of in a desperation move pushed in from the left there and got caught in a rough spot with the lasers, and so ended up kind of getting you know, taken out by Win. But Win that whole game fought it really well, and as soon as they got damage soul, it was going to make it that much harder with the sort of power advantage they already had. And so but I love like such cool final circles, like around Machine, bro. We got lasers killing people, we got Abyss killing people, we got fans blasting everyone around. Like, look at this madness here that on our Argus clutch replay sponsored by Argus.
I like that one. But I mean, yeah, just look at this. It was that's a fun circle. Like, I'm glad it didn't end up just being an Abyss play game where it's nothing but like empty air that you're trying to use. It was really this Thunderdome that kind of forced these wild fights. Like, I thought that Lick had it initially because they were controlling it, but they were looking at so many teams that Win took advantage of that. They knew that you can only watch really reliably 2 flanks at most, and then a third one having to deal with so many teams ready to enter that little territory that you're talking about. It was well played by Win.
Yeah, it was basically right there. We saw the power shift you were just talking about, where Win takes over the Thunderdome, just comes into the back of Lick, and from this point on, like, Lick does get this res, which is actually pretty nice. And they try to remake their way in from the left here, but just kind of, yeah, and the powers on Win that Argus was showing there. The powers, the gear, the armor, everything looking, you know, kind of topped out with damage soul on top. That's a tough ask. Monster Abyssal Breaker from, and I said Ghost. His name is I'm a Ghost, but it is Oath.
Yeah, I mean, it was just easier to just say Ghost during the fight, you know.
But yeah, and then they try to recover from that and like kind of push back in right here, and it's not going to be quite enough.
It's that one's a hard one for Lick because now they're the ones with those lasers right behind them. The circle is also pushing them in towards Win.
Yeah.
You really have very few options. I find it even funnier that because that happened, these 2 members here of SCR were able to kind of sneak around and get control of this island. And huge props to Kogi on this oath play. So close to pulling out a clutch 1v2.
Yeah, and Nidhogg played that well. Nidhogg literally launched someone over to Kogi. Is it Kogi? Say it again, Kogi?
I think it's Kogi. That's what they were saying
okay.
earlier.
It launches Nidhogg R&B myth launches someone over to Kogi, who he gets the kill on. And I think I didn't see exactly, but I think Nidhogg might have got caught by the fan there and got launched out like mid combat as 2 collapsed on him. But yeah, well played there. Not quite able to pull it through, and we have Win taking match 1 of our winter draft scrims.
And gotta give a lot of credit to that team. Like, how they were able to play those final circles was also off the back of them playing a lot of those early games. One team that I'm surprised we didn't see too much of was IMS. They kind of just were chill farming up. No team was really near them for a long time. So by the time we see them, they didn't really have those experiences, especially with how Resurgence works. You can get better gear the more you're fighting earlier on. And it just seemed like that was the biggest problem for IMS. They never had a team to get those damage numbers up on.
Yeah, and that's actually, looking at those players, that is a scary team. The only one I don't know is WYLD, Wild, but I was actually watching Kajestic stream last night, and he's pretty cracked on the Shiv, and Rin's been like just grinding hard the last couple of weeks, like really improving in height, literal rank 1.
We've seen many games with height. And
yeah,
we know how height is, especially when they have their hands on Brawl. Really good player, can pull off some insane plays. I like how Kajestic's in the chat right now, just saying I ran it down. Kajestic, I mean, it was one of those games you just weren't able to fight any team. There's nobody near you. Oh, Zick, are you also streaming?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm watching I have your chat up though on my phone.
Okay, we gotta make sure that we put. I'll probably post it later. We gotta get Zick's YouTube channel.
Yeah. Link my YouTube. I don't really care about my Twitch. Like, I'll use it if no one else is streaming to show scrims, but I'm trying to grow the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Oh, I appreciate it though, Argus. I just saw that. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm like Argus. That was a good shout out there, because Zick is helping a lot. Zick's obviously the other voice, but Zick is also going to be posting this completely onto YouTube. I just do like little clips while Zick gets the whole thing.
I'll do. I'll drop the link here. YouTube.
Yeah, there we go. All right, we gotta wait for our teams to lock in their hunters, see what we get. If we have any chains up, I doubt it. There it is. There we go. Yeah, make sure you give some subs over Zick's way. Let's keep getting that YouTube channel. Whoop. All right, Zick, it is game 2, and it is a snowball fight. Everyone is going to start with a snowball power-up. I'll be honest, this might have been one of the most underwhelming ones. I initially came into it having really high hopes, and I haven't really ever seen a super amazing snowball play.
Well, it's hard to use because you literally have to hit it 3 times to stack it enough to get the 5-second incapacitate to come through. So it's like, and there's only 3 charges, so you literally have to hit all 3 charges in a row, basically, or your whole team has to be throwing snowballs. And I think that's the real key here, is snowball fights require team coordination, just like they always have. And so if the whole team is snowballing, then you're actually going to get some incapacitates to come through.
Argus has a good point. It can spike, which is... Yeah,
oh, it can spike too. That's true. I have seen some snowball spikes. Pretty nice.
See, I've only seen like 1 or 2, but I want to see snowmen. I want to see people building snowmen, land in the snowballs, so we get the really funny plays going on. That's what I want to see. The spikes, we've seen it before. Like these fights here, Draw getting the inside angle, getting the early experience, and Lick kind of realizing that one. They're going to bail out of that one so they can start getting their own levels up.
Yep, and we got DAT versus IMS, the team we were just talking about in the lobby there, fighting it out at level 2. And we were talking about this earlier, Magical. It's like, usually we see teams like really prioritizing, level 3 at least to have all their abilities, but level 4 before they fight, because any kill experience you get before level 4 is kind of like wasted, where if you were at that level 4 cap, you could kind of be gaining power toward level 5 in your ult. So usually we see teams, even if they're dropping next to each other, try to rush at least three, if not four. But with Resurgence, bro, we've just been seeing teams like stay at level 2 and 3 and just murder each other for like minutes, bro, while all the other teams are like have been level 4 already for a while.
I will say this is a fairly calm early game for Resurgence. We've only seen a couple teams even like trade blows a little bit. Everyone's really spread out here. We have a team all the way down in Cold Fang. We got a team in Academy. We have most of our teams up here north where the gold armor was in either Emotech or into the Dawn Caps. So those make sense, but not even seeing teams fight early, like too much early on is really weird for us.
Well, it's another one of those things where I was actually kind of seeing like a similar trend, like watching the Thursday Friday scrims, where it's like games are either like, you know, teams are either fighting like crazy like that, or they're spread out and not fighting because the fighting feels kind of useless to them if, you know, people are just going to come right back in. And, you know, speaking of fighting, here it comes right here. These guys just murdering each other.
Half went pretty deep into enemy lines, was able to get the knock. As both teams down a player, but now it's going to be 2 for Lick. Make it 3,
Kenny.
only 1 surviving. Pico, team captain, is going to get the team back up with the Resurgence, but that means that Draw now control the vault, and they are going to be the ones that collect the bounty.
Yep, and Ghost got a little buff there in the last patch as well, where 20% increase on the unempowered shot. So we saw the back half of Kenny's clip. They're kind of...
Pico. What happened?
Pico died?
Yes, they got eliminated. I just saw that on, yeah, exactly. Like, we're all, I think Argus is just as surprised as me, just as surprised as you. I just saw that on the kill feed. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened there? Because we do have this little scrap between IMS. They maybe heard me talking about them saying, we haven't seen them really fighting early on, and now they are looking for those scraps.
Like, love to see it. Love to see it. And yeah, we just got madness breaking out across the map. Everyone's level 4 now, so they're looking to actually farm that experience, get their ults through PvP, get a chance at those red keys, which was reduced slightly, but we still see quite a few red keys coming through. And ITB kind of split here in a bit of a rough spot. They're looking to play... Oh, big dunk! Let's go!
He misses the hook, but lands the slam.
Huge.
What a play there.
And return answered with a laser.
Yeah, they are going to answer back, but we are going to have both teams have members respawn thanks to Resurgence. So you kind of saw that they were all willing to fall back, saying, yeah, the fight's over now. A team that's not willing to fall back is this SCR team, as they are fighting against IMS, realizing that Nidhogg down, they can look for Rin, put him over the abyss, but not landing that. Well, on the other side, there is this Jewel, gold armor on top of her. Hard to take that down. And Wild gonna be back with Ren as they wait out this timer. A few seconds remaining. They got one player back up, and now they're looking for the dash in, but no longer are the automatic response there. Username Diff slides away, but they've got level 5 for Kogi and Co. as they look to see if they can take down IMS. Height pushed over the abyss. Gojestic is also gone, and they're gonna lose another member. Only the one will remain. Height has to get the team back on their feet.
Man, Username Diff played that really well. I thought they were going to be able to... So what Rin was trying to do is put his teammates spawning in right on top of the Brawl, and they did that. It's just the Brawl did Brawl things and ended up getting out with like half health while the rest of his team came down and collapsed on him after they burned all their cooldowns on Brawl. And so ends up going their way, but very well played there by Username Diff to kind of, you know, bait everything out, give his team advantage. So now looks like they're going to still be on the run here. Oh no, SCR is going to run a different Paria cloak slam almost.
Also, Kajestic just said they have a fever, 102 fever. Oh man, what a legend for playing with a fever.
Holy dude, that is a high fever, brother.
That is a very high
drink
fever.
up. Make sure you get rest after this. You crazy man.
Speaking of being crazy, they are on the train. They're gonna chug along the tracks. As there are teams ready to meet them. We saw it draws there. We see that SCR are there, but that. Another team that was remaining could have been the team that they jumped on top of. Instead, it's going to be IMS. SCR want to continue that aggression over towards their teammates. Remember, Nidhogg and Hyde are both teammates that play for, well, now it's fight all players, but the team that is something all players at all time.
Something involving killing all players.
And speaking of killing all players, the fight against Draw, they do get the first knock, but it is getting traded right back. That Apom did work in the fight, as now FT are split apart. Ham trying to get away while Chinese Spy by themselves See that 2 members are there. Into the air you go with the Eye
Oh,
of the
right
Storm,
into
but that
IMS.
pushback doesn't work out for him, right? Like you said, right into the waiting arms. And so now only Chinese Spy will remain for FT.
Dude, it always feels so bad when you're trying to get out of a fight and you just run into another team of 4 just right into their face. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, you make like this great escape, you juke them, and then now that you've lost all your cooldowns, you jump onto another team. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is what's happening now.
Luckily, they did get a homie out top left who is going for the res for FT, so they might be back in it as a fight is breaking out here between DAT and IMS. DAT looking to kind of push this high ground as Kajestic getting threatened there by Parya. Parya constantly lurking. Speaking of running into other teams, bro.
Oh my god, there's a lot of teams here. SCR are going to find the pick onto Parya. Well, Dat tried to disengage, but SCR, they're wanting to battle any team right now, anyone that comes near them. And keep in mind, there are all our teams except for 1 that are here. That's 7 teams up at the Mage Bog getting pushed in by the circle that are willing to scrap in the muck as they have to go up into the air away. Evan the Great has gotten the play onto DJ MadMagical, but that left their backline exposed. So now they are losing out on everybody. But with how Evan the Great is playing right now, they can pull off a miracle. J Nemo pushing back, but that myth did not want to be that far up. And now Pony Boy and Stealth Ninja try to get away, but Draw are not done with that one. They scare off ITB. They win out in the swamp.
Yeah, Nemo's had kind of blood in their eyes there, saw the kill shot onto Evan the Great, went for it, but ran right into the Oath Shield, got bumped back and deleted. I know that feeling on Myth, and again, a hook coming through from Phenom. Used to seeing those ones from this guy.
And on to Kogi, the Oath, the thing that could stop that Kingpin from landing the hooks. That was a great play, but unfortunately they couldn't confirm the kill, which gives enough time for Username to get into the back line and wreak havoc. But SCR now have to fall back onto other members, getting the dash away. Barely was able to swap, but now Phenom and Lumi Rain getting chased down by SCR. It could be game over for them if they're not careful. Dat is right behind them, but I think it's a split up Dat as well.
Dude, SER looking like a scary team as DRA is about to maybe take out ITB. This could be their last member running on the brawl here. Pony Boy out for his life. Perhaps the life of his team. Oh, they have a Kingpin somewhere right into Win. So Win just going to snipe that.
We talked about that. We just said how unfortunate that is. Okay, so they are
Box
still
res
up.
play. Nice, nice.
They're going to get at least 1 more member back up, but looking at more of these scraps that are happening, it is getting really difficult. That is a very close corridors circle pushing down towards those terrain places that we were talking about before, kind of making these arena battles that you have to now look for.
Yeah, and Height looking for another kind of solo res off of that first one as Win with a huge push on the draw.
Napalm's been sent out, getting a lot of damage on each side, but nobody's fallen just yet. A double dash away, but Evan the Great not in a good position. Winning out the team from last time. They will eliminate Draw.
Man, I Draw was playing good too. They were having some good fights that game. They were pumping like big damage, and that was looking actually pretty good for them. But Win kind of just coming through with that counter there, get the fight to go their way, and we just carnage across the map as TER is just putting huge pressure on the FT. It looks like they got 2 down. Phenom and Ham on the run, gonna run right into Height trying to get this beacon. They might. Oh, there's so many last players and numbers here on Dat. He's gonna go right by Ham, bro. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, look at that. 7 teams, 19 players. That is a low amount. There we go.
Dude, that is wild.
Now we now have lost a team. It is going to be ITB that fall. As Phenom is going to teleport that away, has the 2-way teleporter, should be able to get that respawn and then TP and make sure that nobody's going to secure that. Yep, they do in fact get that one and get the team back on their feet.
Oh, and so yeah, they take it up north, like right where the storm is closing. So yep, no one else going to be able to get that. Well played by FT. All back in, looking to run down this last player on Dat. Numbers, anyone here? No, can't get it off.
They saw numbers there, like when they had TP'd. They're like, okay, there's someone right.
Oh, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it.
Oh, no way.
Yo, go Numbers.
Wow, numbers.
Let's go.
What a play, as we see on the kill feed that IMS now have been eliminated. Height was found by all 4 of Win, who continue to win. They didn't fight too much early game like we expected from them.
Numbers.
But they are still looking really strong in this lobby yet again.
Yeah, SCR, our number 2 from last game, just lock in that squad wipe up on Numbers right as he gets away. More action breaking out here between FT and him. Huge ults coming through.
That swap, though,
that
was completely really disengaged by TER because there was a great play to dodge away. And now you have this play from TER that is forcing FT back onto another respawn, but their shields are completely broken. TER are pushing back. They're going to deny FT that respawn and force them to look for the crown.
Yeah, Phenom was able to pick Ham up on the Wisp, so at least they have 2 instead of just Phenom. They're going to run right into Ghost here, looking like they're cloaked from a potion or something like that. Oh, Brush Rider, sorry. So
yeah,
Phenom gonna just get pushed into the storm. Not really anywhere to go there, unfortunate.
No, same for Ham. These teams are getting spotted out. It feels like this is what's happening to our stragglers. Once someone gets found out like that, it's so hard to get through this terrain that we were talking about before. It makes for amazing team fights where our teams are forced to scrap. But it makes it really hard for those solo members to survive because the terrain denies them those cool escape moments.
Yep, and both these teams right here, Win and SCR, looking stacked. Huge ult coming from Koji.
Abyssal Breaker almost splitting up the fight, but it's going to be Shamagos trying to do the same with a chilling finale, getting damage. Oh, no, almost taken down as they got the start on the game over. Chains pulling back in, user death, but guess who's showing up? TER, they've split up this fight. Win now struggling to get away as username Diff might be able to take down Lemur. Satoru is able to get through the jet wings, but Paz does not let them escape. And now it's only Lemur who's alive. This Celeste hoping to get the revive on a Ghost, but I don't know if you have enough time, especially with the circle pushing in. They do have barely enough time, but look at TER, who already control the falls of Mage Bog, and so hard for Lemur to get away, even with the hover wings, back over the jet streams, and has so little that you can do. There's no escape that way, and TER know it. They're pushing you into the walls, into the hallways, and poor Lemur, I don't know what you're gonna do here.
Yeah, Lemur exceptionally good at surviving in these situations, though. We'll see if he's able to pull off another miracle, but I've certainly seen them before. Teammate magically back because he does have that super GA, and he's waiting for these other teams to be distracted. Can't make his way back through the storm, so is going to get taken out. Last 2 teams duking it out here.
And it's going to be the push into Mage Bog from the 2 teams. TER struggling to get through. That's one wall, one entrance that you have to go through, and SCR are in full control. They push back the 3 members. TER now in the hallway themselves, but Nidhogg does not want to allow them entrance. Finds the spike on a 1. 2v4. Paz dashing in, puts up the wall, but Neff can't do too much, especially when you're getting split up like that, and now it's all on Paz. And we know that that is not going to work out. It's SCR taking game 2.
Yeah, SCR making a statement here. 2nd place in game 1, but almost like pulled it out at the end. Game 2, they come through strong, constantly fighting the whole game. We saw they were like threatened a bit early there in the upper left of the storm, like around level 4. But once they kind of like got all back in it, they just kind of steamrolled from there, riding that huge equipment advantage, power advantage. And yeah, very well played. And they didn't force it, you know. They basically waited for the 4v4 and then had a nice fight. Another Argus replay here, looking at a little bit slightly earlier, huge fight between TER and FT, and that was that swap you were talking about, Magical.
It was a good swap, like initially, but it was onto a Jhin. So you use your Phaelite clone, and you're like, oh, I'm out of there. It's easy peasy, like right here. See that? It looks cool at first, and then wait, where is he? He's back inside of the zone because he just swapped it out. So even if Quist falls, it forced the rest of FT to have to like split up this fight and even survive just on the edge of that terrain that they couldn't really actually reliably fight against TER.
Yeah, and TER ended up being, you know, our 2nd place team here, like fighting for Lemur, trying to make a miracle happen. Win right before this had a monster kind of play where they squad wipe, but off of the back of that, TER had a monster 3rd party, which is what put Win in this situation with just Lemur left, and TER basically looking to finish the job here before they take that 4v4 with SCR. But SCR was just like threatening the whole time. Look at him constantly poking, like putting damage out, while the whole time TER is threatening with Lemur. As soon as SCR sees that, look, bro, they going for it. Huge Oath Shield there to block the TER Oath engage, and from there, SCR just pumping huge damage and kind of just cleaned it up.
Well, it's also really good read there from SCR. There is only one way into Mage Bog without a jump pad. And as long as you fight them, they can't set up that jump pad. They're not going to get over. you have control and you know where they have to go. It's through you. So don't even give them a chance to set up. Look for the scrap right away. Make sure that you're taking them down before they can hop over the walls. Then you have to worry about being in Mage Bog, being a lot slower. I like that play from SCR. Really heads up mechanics that they have and understanding of where their position was.
Yep. Do you know, are we is there any sort of like scoring, or are we doing like the way regular scrims are scored with like kills combined with placement type of thing?
I don't know. I'd have to ask Pensado and Jang about that, actually. See how
I think
that is.
yeah, I might have missed that at the beginning. So hopping into game 3 here, looking at a damage soul, armor soul game. Ooh. The classics.
And we even have a cone drop here.
Plane cone. Who knows what the hell it is, but it's a thing. Plane cone. And 4-way gold armor split here. So we are probably going to see a bit of a split drop, but the plane cone might influence that slightly.
Oh, Jang is asking what's up. We were just wondering, Jang, if there's a scoring system for this or not. That's all we were wondering. If it's going to be like how we normally do the scrims where we have scores like that. As looking at these drops, kind of seeing how things are split up right now. We've got 2 teams that are dropping at Machine together. So SCR are winners from game 2. Now see ItB, they are pushing back. They get it hard, but they have a level 3 for Kogi and only a level 1 for Stealth Ninja.
Yeah, like Kingpin,
difficult to manage that fight, especially when you're so far behind on experience. SCR, they were able to get that, and now Ponyboy split away from Stealth Ninja. Honestly, if I'm Ponyboy, I almost wonder if I just want to fall there, like legitimately, and just respawn with the rest of the team.
Yeah, so he's probably going to YOLO off the ledge, but like both those characters, Brawl and Kingpin, like aren't real hunters until level 3, and so really hard to fight at level 1 for Kingpin, pretty hard to fight at level 2 for Brawl, and it shows right there as they kind of take that machine fight. They're going to have to be peeling out, getting their reses. We come up here closer to Ion Acres. We got IMS taking this early vault in Ion, going to get one of those golds. Looks like it's probably going to be uncontested as TER kind of working their way actually south here rather than up in that direction.
Yeah, it kind of seems like a lot of teams, at least this is how I'm seeing it. If you have an ability to fight over some of these vaults, it's great, but even when you find the level 4s like right here, you don't need to fully engage unless you just are trying to get some points to get to the level 5s that we were talking about before. Like, that's what you can kind of look for, but right there, Draw, they didn't really want to continue the battle. They're like, yeah, we're okay with disengaging, and that means that we don't really get the really awesome armor, like the red tier armor that you have from having so much fighting on day 1.
Yeah, and like I think like we actually don't see that tier of armor coming through that often in scrims. You know, the game has to go late, and it's usually on like a big pumper, like a Ghost or a Myth. You know,
sometimes a Brawl. I've seen it on
sometimes a Brawl, but like someone who's pumping damage, because it's basically, it's not based off just damage. It's some point system that combines damage, knocks, and assists all together. After you get 20,000 of those points, you'll access the gold, and 25,000 is what's going to get you the red. And I can't remember if it was me and you that were talking about this Magical, but the red is actually the same armor mitigation as the gold. There's just another block on it, so you can build it bigger.
Exactly. It's kind of like the difference between green and blue, where it's the same amount of damage reduction, I believe, just a little bit more bars for the blue. But right here, IMS actually committing fully for this fight. Wild trying to get on the Neff on the other side, but I'm more surprised that they were so ham on this fight, because now Majestic, they fall, and IMS are eliminated so early on.
Yeah, and that's like when you have players that are like skilled mechanically, that are confident in themselves, like when the coordination is off a little bit, it's really easy to kind of over push, especially early, and all of a sudden you're all in a situation where, you know, for whatever reason, what went down that fight, you're like losing in your little 1v1, 1v2s, and dude, ITB in such a rough spot, bro.
It missed, but it landed onto the other team. That's one of those where you're Dreammaker, like, I meant to do that. I would 100% meant to do that.
Dude, that was not a good spot for ITB to be there, so they are going to peel south and be just fine. And it looks like Win trying to finish this vault. They are going to get it, but someone just raccooned it all away. Big raccoon chest there by Dreammaker, making the big brain plays as well as the hooks. Love to see it.
Man, sneaky, sneaky. I love that robber raccoon for that reason. It's always funny when you see a team about to get all the loot, you give them hope, and then right when they're about to finish it, yoink, that's mine now.
Yeah, you see, like it's hard to kind of realize when to use that as a newer player, but you know we've seen a couple times in scrims lately of a perfect time to use it is right on the vault crack because that you know the area they're going in to get it, and it's like you literally just do it right as the vault's cracked, and your odds of jacking the armor that they're going for and you know significant powers and stuff is like really good. So I love because that's a pretty niche power. You don't see that many people doing cool stuff with Robert, you know.
All right, looking at where our souls land, though, we got a soul all the way by the heart. That one will be a hotly contested one for sure. As we are having a hotly contested battle at the Vane Grove. We're able to get back on their feet, but they're gonna have to sit right back down because now they only got 2 members who are pushing it towards town to get another revive for the team. They should be able to do so without losing too much, but it isn't looking good for them. Well, we look at our team that won from game 1 and gets the 2nd place team in game 2, TER, and win. Grabbing back a nice vortex charm enables that dive for Paz to look and get the damage. They've taken down 2 members and win, now booking it out of there. Such a great engage off the back of Nif's vortex charm.
Yeah, very well played there. Oh, and barely gonna get a res here for ITB. Ponyboy knows his limits in that early storm. They are going to come back in Kobayashi's. As we come down here to DAT by the heart, we've been seeing a ton of violence by the heart. Venomous on the run, last player left on Lick. Looking like maybe going to go for a train angle here. Try to get that on the move res.
Yeah, it looks like they should be able to get that for themselves. There is a lot of track.
Oh, but SCR is right there, bro.
Ooh, you're right. They're waiting. Hello and goodbye, Venomous, as he tries to get away, but SCR make it hard for this Shiv. Even if you are mobile and have yourself the tornado to try to get away, they are all hunting, and it's a brawl that's tagged you with the chains to lock you down. Venomous taking too much damage, and another team was eliminated before them. That was ITV. Venomous,
no way.
Jetstream. Barely does username diff land that last
Damn. I thought he might get away there through the rings, bro. That was close. As just carnage in the kill feed as just everyone's dying across the map. DAT in it with FT. We come into 2 FTs on the ground as Wisps, as Phenom kites north on the myth this game. Another one of his comfort picks, very strong on that hunter. And we come down to a train res that just actually came through for win here. And so they're going to be riding up right into the back of probably going to be hopping off, looking for some action here, just going 7 off of these creeps.
Pushing into the mana coils, and seeing as our teams have taken both souls, it was, I believe, Dat getting the damage soul while armor soul goes over to SCR. I believe that's how it is.
Hey! Good powers here on Dat too, bro. They're looking kind of stacked. Nuke, GA, some Chonker, Sandwall, TP. So they have a lot of tools to work with here, and equipment coming online as well.
We're having a third-party situation. FT, a team that had just gotten back up again, knocked down, but now SCR take their place up against Dra. But Dra looking beefy, difficult to take down. SCR back onto the tracks with the jet streams to get them some hover wings away. But this is giving a lot of attention down to Dat, who hear the battle going on. They're sneaking their way up there, looking for any spikes. But Parya really far out that one. Almost was able to get the push back into some terrain, but instead they're sending out nukes.
Nice zoning here.
Getting pushed away. Yeah, Qsing split away from the team, and they're realizing that up into the air. But look at how Huck was able to find that back line. They reset nothing. It's Hunt getting the damage. And Draw in a horrible spot. There is the revive, but the double knocks for Dat as Half has Kenny, but they both split up. One of them's got to survive. One of them's going to be a sacrifice, and Kenny will be that one.
Dat just going off back there, bro. Just shredded in the back line. That was such a rough spot. You're literally like 2 pillars in the storm on 3 of your 4 sides with like a Jin above you, just mauling you. Did not look like a good team. Good time.
Yeah, not at all. And now we look at FT again on the run. Swap into the storm, even getting the spike onto some damage, but we already knew that FT didn't really have much. They thankfully have Ham and Phenom back up, so they could look for another revive, but it is getting difficult. Oh, wait. Is the train caboose still there?
Dude, we've seen this before, Magical. Isn't it at the end of day 4, bro? Haven't we seen this before?
Oh, no. This isn't looking good.
I swear we've seen this before.
I will have to watch the kill feed because where's the tracks to it? Yeah, that's a long distance away.
They're gonna maybe
only
go
that
for
little bit.
this. You see that little elbow that's coming up on it? That they might have a chance if they go. That's gonna be rough, bro. They're not gonna have time to make it all the way around. I don't think.
I don't think so either. But we are getting to night 4. I mean, so you have to make a call. That's a long way to hold on to the train. It does seem that they are going to. They're gonna try. Okay.
Yeah, the shield's red. It's going soon.
No, it's going. And that was your chance. That's a long distance there. That straightaway.
Yeah, I don't know if they would have made that either way.
I don't think they're going to make it. But we look at FT, who've been split up again. I have a lot of our teams still remaining here into night 4 going into day 4. Zik is not streaming. Zik will be posting this all onto YouTube, though. We will be having it on Zik's YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
All right, Zik. They're all pushing to the heart. FT are back up on their feet, but it's not looking so good. They don't have any gear.
Yeah, and we got Win kind of like upper position here in Ion. Draw coming in from the top left, and TR on the south, and FT on the right. So,
a lot of teams.
Yeah, gonna be some big action here. As Draw does find Lemur out, gonna be hard to take out the Celeste. Get the jewel pull into the ult.
Finale. And they are looking to have not a third party, but a fourth party as 2 teams are fighting on one side. 2 teams are fighting over here with the kill on the leader. But now that TER are pushing Draw, they've got a lot of damage, but they got to be careful. There is going to be Draw still holding power in this choke, making it hard for TER to actually battle against them. So Draw might get themselves hands onto that Abyssal. Well, yeah, and FT scrap it out. Lumi almost had the swap of Vinsmoke. Make sure that's not going to happen. And oh no! FT go right into Win, who are chasing Huff that whole time, but instead they're going to eliminate another team. FT. Oh, no, FT
yeah, they got someone out south.
Oh, but looking at Huff,
they've just been on the run this whole time, though, bro. Huff, huge dunk.
Ooh, what a dunk! That was great from Huff. If only they had a crown, as they are over the abyss and they've got a lot of mobility, so they're getting away. TER take out Yeah in the Storm, who now only have 1 member, and Nox is going to be that last one, trying to get away, but Dat get eliminated despite Huff's amazing play, and we see
Dude, just
out
carnage, bro. What is happening? Everyone just murking each other. Nidhogg, huge ult down there. Just like 3 squad eliminations in like 10 seconds, bro.
And we have our 3 teams that have been constantly at the top of the discussion.
Oh, look at those items.
Win, TER, SCR. These teams have been immaculate, and they've been the ones in our top 3 so many times. We're looking to see if a team can get double wins. SCR would like to get 2 in a row. TER, they're a team that's been finishing second a lot, and now they are pinched. Paz got the crown, but with Ghost on one side of them, and then the fight happening between Win and SCR. They're not even looking for the fight. They're looking to make sure they take out Win first and foremost before they look for TER, who are on the other side. Win now in a bad spot.
Oh my God.
On 1, but Paz re-engaging by themselves. Now I'm gonna follow up. 2v4. Almost were able to get the knock from the dash in from username Dip.
30 seconds.
Win now look to see if they take out Paz. Shield's been broken.
No.
And same with TER. They are eliminated. Only 2 remain.
Dude, that was so close to just being a monster most wanted comeback from Paz there. Huge ult through the choke. SCR now waiting for it, pushing on to Win.
But they are split up. Nidhogg now jumping over. They've got to make sure that they're following this one up, and they're getting the
big
damage.
from Lemur.
Finale did so much to split up the fight, and the push back. They should be able to get that res for Win. Both these teams have won 1 game of scrim so far.
Oh my God.
But Win looking like the team that is going to win 2, unless SCR can rely enough on Nidhogg and username Diff to carry this game.
Yeah, this is looking familiar, Magical, isn't it?
Is looking mighty familiar, as now Nidhogg trading spots was able to grab the crown, and they can turn their attention onto this oath, but that is an oath with gold. You got to be careful to push back onto Nidhogg. Now finds himself against the Tataru, now pushed into the Storm, taken out by 1 slam of the hammer. And even if you're a brawl against 4, it is going to be more than a miracle that you need in order to win this one. Lemur says it's going to be harder than you think, because I take game 3.
Yeah, big play by Shumagos there on the oath to push Nidhogg into the Storm, hold the shield up, keep him zoned out, finish him off, so it's a clean, they did get 1 down, but they got the Wisp res, so, really hard for Brawl to actually pull off the 1v4 in the end, but Dude, man, it's so funny. That same exact situation, bro. 2 people left versus the 4 on Win. Like, just the exact same as game 1. Win goes over the top on the jump pad.
Yeah,
and it's just like deja vu, bro.
I feel like we've had a lot of those happen. Like, we almost even had that in game 2, but it was SCR who go, no, we're not letting you set that up. We're not giving you that chance to jump pad over this one to win this one, win that game. But in this one, it seemed like they just, I don't know if it's that they didn't have enough control at that moment or they were too afraid of fighting Win. But Win were able to hop over the wall again and keep that pressure onto SCR. So SCR weren't the team controlling that little corridor that they had to enter through.
Yeah, and TER were so close to pulling that out there. Like, Paz with the most wanted monster ult through that choke doesn't quite come through. What I'm curious about is we just saw so much action at the end there. Did the train kill our Brown team? Did DRA die to the train during all that madness?
I think they did. I think that's
because we
exactly
saw
what
like
happened.
3 squad elims, bro, in like 10 seconds. Not even exaggerating.
Let's see if we can find it. Oh yeah, this is where they're on the train. I see them on the train there. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, sometime after this in the kill feed, then we should see them. If they didn't ever come back in the circle, they are getting stormed out here. Oh, they did make it back. Look, they're right there.
Oh, okay. So they were able to make it
Well
back.
played,
Nice,
DRA.
nice.
Very nice.
I mean, they made it back in, but at the same time, it's like they're pushed into now Ion Acres. The fort's kind of keeping them locked down, and we saw how many squads were there. There's 4 teams already in Ion Acres, but 5 if you count Win, who are right outside of the fort and ready to push in.
Yeah, and they were part of our carnage in the end here. So that's my bad for not ready to say, okay, that's when Huff got that dunk right when they were coming in back in from the north there.
I feel bad for Huff because that was awesome Shiv play there, but wait, no, sorry, not it was Jin play, right?
Yeah,
John and Jin play. Yeah, it was awesome Jin play, but there's only so much you can do by yourself, right?
Yeah, and he basically like ran down into someone, you know, in a bush and got ambushed by like 2 players left on another team. So yeah, and like, you know, as Jin, you really want to try to play over Abyss, but when there's a team on literal every ledge around the Abyss, that makes it like really hard. So doing his best there, not quite able to pull it out. Coming into game 4 of Winter Draft Scrims, Argus driving us, doing a great job of showing what's going on. We got Cross Country Storm, we got XP Soul, we got Armor Soul, we got Plane Cone, we got a 4-way gold split. Let's go, Magical.
And we have 1 team starting at the grind, 1 over at Cold Fang, 1 Prisma Falls, but a lot of teams at Site 38. It was going to be an early scraps. We have 4 teams all dropping right around this area.
Yeah, it's about to be spicy here, and we see ITV going north for the Kobayashi's camp, which instantly turns into a biome boss after you kill it, because it's the only creep camp in Kobayashi, so they're going to get some quick levels there. Yeah, in a rough spot, level 1, huge grab back by Dreammaker again. Oh, Scarb not able to do anything on the level 1 Kingpin, really.
That's one thing that we always got to look at is these Kingpin players, because I swear they land some, not just like crazy hooks, but like almost impossible ones. You're just like, you landed that? No way. But they know this champion. They know this hunter so well. They know the limits that they can go for, and usually where others are going to move themselves.
Yeah, the thing that impresses me the most is like the consistency. Like, you see a lot of times you like pan over to a Kingpin, and the percentage of the hooks they get, you're like, wow. Like, that looks fun to be able to do.
It really does. I've gotten better at my Kingpin. I have been playing more Kingpin lately. I'm not gonna say I'm like very good at it, but better than I was like 2 weeks ago, that's for sure.
Nice. He's cool. He's on my list of hunters I really want to like sink some time into that I haven't had a chance yet.
Reese getting taken out here in this early fight to get win. Big pressure by Pat. Pushes the back on, just deletes them all, bro. But Lemur doing the same to TER.
Tries to juke him out, but Lemur is not fooled too easily. And now only 1 member of TER is alive. That's Quist. Lemur is hunting him down, but even with the jellyfish, is that enough distance to start catching up to Jin? Celeste cannot keep up.
Yeah.
So Twitch will be able to get that resurgence respawn for the team.
So we saw 2 members of the last door there, Lemur and Paz, on opposite teams, like just murdering each other's teams in the back line. And in the end, Lemur just barely comes out on top. Paz loses with like 10% HP on the enemy. So username diff going off on the brawl in these games, bro. Just another push in onto IMS here. They get 2, 3, looking for 4.
Wild got denied the reset from Static by a really perfectly timed hammer slam to knock him out of his dash. It was really well done from that play, and honestly, I don't think that it would have mattered one way or another, but it just looked really cool.
That's what really matters in the end, Magical. that's what I say. So Ghost going in, looking good himself, but they're gonna actually get 2 here, about to be 3. So very well played by Win. Win proving themselves as one of the scariest, teams to take in that straight up 4v4. So they've had many fights going their way, 2 of which ended in W's. So definitely want to be at least a little bit cautious, or maybe have some sort of advantage if you're one of these teams looking to get that 4v4 against Win, as they are on a bit of a roll here. And TER almost did it. That was a really nice fight they had with them, but they are in it with IMS here in Mana Coils. This is where IMS was down last game, but we also have DRA and Dat poking it out down there.
The 2 fights happening at the same time, really close to one another, and we have a potential 5th party that can join in. Win can choose which one they want to go for, and it seems like they're hunting for the lower one.
That was monster.
That was really nice from height, but they got to be careful because look at Quiz as he's doing a lot to the backline too. IMS, Majestic, you might have to fail, throwing out the dagger. They will skirt danger, but Win is on the other side waiting to receive. As you see that SCR2 have joined the fray. Only 1 remains for IMS, as now they get eliminated by the spikes by TER. Well, TER, they get the res themselves. It's going to be here in 1 second. Dat are right behind them. SCR are ready to scrap. We have so many teams nearby one another so early. Now that it's day 2, no longer can you rely on resurgence.
Yeah, and while all that was going on, SCR just rushed the boss and got Replicator. And so on that early exotic, like especially with Nidhogg, he knows exactly to use this. They see they already have 4 golds pushing on to Win here.
No, he fell for it.
See the present?
No, it's not Shama Ghost, it's Shama Present. He was able to bait that in, but now Win in a bad spot because Dad have found the angle to find the knocks. As only thank you, Chef, going to be there. Win can get eliminated early here as they're chasing down Ghost. And you didn't want that play after all. You're pinched from all sides. Now SCR will take over Win's place with a battle against Dat. But Dat are still hunting into the backline, looking for the goal. Game over. Barely able to get away. Dat still hunting though. They want to take away that armor. But Huff is going to make sure that it's confirmed.
Yeah, that was like, that was just a wild sequence, and it's not ending as TER looking to push onto DAT like right as they end that fight. Bit of a level advantage. Huff already 7, all of DAT 6. Reese still level 4, so no ulti on that Jewel. Gonna be a bit rough against this DAT squad who's looking a bit like they're on a roll here. So TER tree prison their way out. Looking like they kind of realize that level disadvantage, don't maybe want this fight against the full gold stack from DAT, but they're going to have it. Oh, but Paz, bro!
What a abyssal breaker from Paz! They chase down and say, golds be damned. We control this fort now. Paria on the respawn beacon. Numbers is on the other side, but even with Paria holding up the shield, TER are chasing down. They're looking for the spikes to confirm another knock, and Dat only got 1 remaining.
Dude, what a clean fight by TER there, bro. They're like, we're scared, we're running, and Paz just turns around, same exact spot as the last time, bro. Right through that choke south of Ion, just so much damage, so much zone control out from the Oath. Everyone follows up. Twist ending the final one there. They do get 1 away, but we see some action up here in Grove, coming up to Vinsmoke on with a minute left on the most wanted. Thinking about maybe just circumventing that and going for a heart res now that it is just switched over to daytime, I believe, but might just play out this crown. We will have to see.
It is also hard to go for the town spawns now because so many teams know how to knock people into the heart there.
Yeah,
get them into the core, and especially when you see kingpins, you see knockbacks that you can get from Wind Blast too. Makes it really difficult. SER are still pushing towards Vinsmoke. They know that there is that one with the crown, but now that so many teams are inside of town,
Look.
we got 15 seconds remaining until nighttime.
Dude.
Could be a potential fight, but FT not going to be the team to take it.
Yeah, Phenom just like forcing his way in there as the solo kingpin's like, I need this res, and then he kind of gets trolled by the train, and then everyone's kind of body blocking him in SCR. He's like, maybe this isn't a good idea, and he goes south trying to outrun Nidhogg. Both of them have glider cats, bro. Runs right into DAT. No.
As he is going to be spotted out, Huff chasing him outside into the storm, but now SCR have been pushing because they were chasing that whole time, looking for the play, looking to see if they could take out FT. Lick are still up as well. We have a lot of teams
Dreammaker
here, and that's going to be the first pick. We already talked about how good this Dreammaker
almost
Kingpin is. He
another one,
misses
bro.
that hook, but it doesn't matter because they still have pressure. Dat are the ones that are on the run. FT only having Phenom remaining, and he is going to stealth his way away from this one, but they really want to make sure that Kingpin does not get out too easily.
Argus, can you look at Dreammaker's items for me real quick? Just so you have them selected, just like, yeah. So the ability haste rune with, very interesting, because he just hooked so fast twice in a row,
I
bro.
know, I saw it too.
He hooked
saw
like
it too.
4 seconds after, so I was kind of wondering like how he's working that angle. I was expecting maybe to see an amplifier or something like that, but he is rocking the Reaper. Very interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expected too, because it was coming out like really fast, but it could also be just he's got
Oh
getting
my
a little bit
goodness.
of ability haste. As Dat now find themselves against Straw. The Straw only have Evan the Great going towards the Forge to escape, but Phenom now with the crown. This is where things get dangerous because Phenom could steal away a pick. Wanted to find the knock, but Evan the Great against Q-Sig does get knocked out, and Phenom was not able to find that steal away. Instead, gonna have to air dash as the rest of Dat are now hunting for the stragglers that remain in the lobby.
Yeah, I think if Evan didn't fall below the horizontal line there, he would have got grabbed by that hook. But we saw like his little bubble was just right north of the hook, right as it was coming in. And so does escape the hook, but get ended by the other squad. Phenom not able to snipe that to proc the crown. Dreammaker over here, a little caught out maybe from his squad. TER see him looking to steal these exotics, this gold armor, and they are going to get it here. Maybe?
Dreammaker.
Maybe?
Oh, he...
What? What?
Wait, no, what? What?
Oh,
Dreammaker, no way. He has
what?
no health. How are you surviving this?
No
The
way,
spike into
bro.
the lava. Dreammaker, never doubt him. He's got
What
the
the hell?
dreams that are being made in this lobby. As TER now hunting against Lick, but Lick control the oracles. They control the air, but you got a nice knock.
Oh,
back on
Paz!
Abyssal Breaker
No,
again.
bro!
Paz is a legend on oath. Never
Dude.
doubt him either. As Lick licking their wounds to try to get away. Dreammaker trying to make it happen once more, gets pushed, but this time that ain't gonna be the case. It is only gonna be Fios who escapes.
Paz continuing to show why he is a vet, bro. One of the best players out here. Huge ults on the oath, especially this game. We've seen 3 just... Oh! Dude!
Alley-oop scoop from FT to find the knockout and eliminate Lick from
Push
that.
play, bro. Poor Venom, dude.
I
Oh
know.
my
He thought
God.
he was out of there. He's like, I did it. I'm gonna get us back up. Sees one. He's like, okay, I still escaped that one. There's no one else here, right? And gets knocked again. It is a bit unfortunate, but with 6 teams remaining,
Oh.
another fight. Cross Country
Good
Storm is
jam.
going to continue to push
Oh,
these teams into
snowball!
one another. The snowballs.
Let's
there
go.
we go. That's the snowball play from Pony Boy, landing the spikes as ITB glide away, but now Pony Boy jumps right over to TER, and TER have been wreaking havoc in this lobby as they eliminate their 3rd squad in this one.
They are looking scary this game as Ham goes down in the south. FT gone basically at the same time. And yeah, I think TER is on the kind of victory path here. So it's up to these other teams to slow him down. SCR not looking bad themselves. XP Soul, 3 golds, pretty good looking items. And so gonna be possibly like a pretty epic battle between these 2 squads. And dude, I love seeing the brawl. He had double snowball cannon, bro. Oh, yep. And Yaz out up north here. So down to just 3 now. As dude, DAT also been having a kind of miraculous run this game. A couple of really big plays we've seen out of them. So this is actually going to be a really good final circle here with these 3 squads.
That's one of the cool things about the Cross Country Storm is it keeps forcing teams to get out of their comfort zone, force them into these fights a lot earlier than you'd usually suspect. And with the 3 teams now remaining, we see how they're all getting control of little spots of land Dat a little bit more to the north. TER controlling the rails. SCR, they've got control of the shop. But I'm waiting to see where this next circle pushes our teams into, because that's going to really dictate how I think that the teams are going to fight, but also who might just win flat out from if it's going to favor one team or over another.
Yeah, and we see there's literally 3 Arc Guardian Angels out here somehow. Paz has 1, and there's 2 on SCR. Whoa, what a shift, bro.
Hey, it's cross-country storm.
Yep.
It does take you far and away, and SCR are already hunting for that inside angle. They're already putting themselves on this wraparound to make sure they are the bread of the sandwich that you like to talk about, Zick.
Yeah, and like Nidhogg, you know, very sort of aware at BR strategy at this point, like very intelligent player, constantly studying his game and knows exactly how to play these kind of situations. We look at the positioning SCR, they're going to catch these 2 teams as they're sort of forced to move, but they might all be dead before they get there as monster ults coming out.
And now it is TER who are on the run. It's been Paz, the hero for the team, so many times, but this time it was Dat who utilized that ult to get the control, while SCR, they were already inside of the zone, and poor TER, they might have eliminated the most teams so far. They now find themselves with only 2 remaining, and Jetstream's on their side, a little bit of territory, but you got to survive for 2 minutes or find a knock, and with so much control over the other teams, hard to get away, but he finds a way to do so with Push right behind him.
Yeah, very well played by Paz there to just live and get out. And hopefully these 2 teams are going to be distracted by each other long enough for some sort of miracle to happen. I don't know if this is the way to get in, though, for TER. They're going to run right into Huff. Yeah, Paz sees that. Going to go back around, try to find a better angle, maybe a couple bushes perhaps, to play around while these other teams are distracted. We see Huff kind of scouting there with the clone, trying to see where they're at. And yeah, big gear, like full golds. It's going to be tough. And if SCR can win one of these squad wipes, they will be level 10 and will be able to take full advantage of that XP soul. Twist with a cheeky bungee there. Not sure what they were trying to accomplish. They pulled Parry in. Parry's like, oh yeah, you want some?
Oh my god, and the circle continues to favor SCR as it is going to force teams towards their land, and Paz separated from Quiz by himself. And this time around, Paz, no miracles, I think. TER out in 3rd.
Dude, so he was looking for the dunk on that gap and so close to getting it, bro. He literally died like a second before. I don't know if Username was about to ult himself there, but if Username didn't ult, he was about to get a dunk on that brawl, proc the crown, bring his whole team back. But that was the wipe they needed to get level 10. So SCR now with a bit of advantage here going in.
They're looking for their second win to tie it up with win, but Dat putting up a good fight until they get split. Too much damage. SCR dominating.
Yeah, SCR just monster fight there. Just, yeah, like you said, so much damage. I mean, look at these hunters, bro. It's a myth, it's a shiv, it's a brawl. Like these hunters hurt at level 10, full gold armor, scaled equipment. Like that is a tough fight to win. They play it well mechanically and take the W. So we have, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Magical, a tie now, 2 wins. Wait.
Yeah, 2-2.
Yeah, is it 2-2, right? 2 for win and 2 for SCR?
Yep, exactly, because game 1 was win, game 2 was SCR, game 3 was win, and now game 4, SCR. So it is going to be a tie for first between our 2 teams.
You know what's funny about that is one of those teams has Lemur and the other one has Nidhogg. I wonder if that has anything to do with how this is playing out here. But it goes to show, like, both those guys, like, if you watch their streams, they're both very good at, like, sort of coaching and leading when they have to or want to, you know? And so, you know, I bet for these players that are playing with him, especially if they haven't had that experience of playing with like a top tier player, like going to be such good learning, just being in comms with these guys, like hearing what they're thinking, like how they're calming, how they're playing these different situations. When you have things come up that aren't super common, like cross country storm, for example, you know, the way we saw SCR position there and how that ends up leading to their victory. You know, these things that are really just come with a lot of experience, and both those players just have, you know, a massive amount of experience at this point, and it's really showing, and it's really cool to see, you know, them kind of leading their squads to victory here.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice just to see how they're adapting to with newer players, because the team captains for the teams, if people don't, there's people out there that don't know the rules, they're all newer players to scrims. Like, they all are good players, not saying that they're not good players, but they're newer to the scrim environment. And they are getting taught by a lot of these players, like you were talking about, with like height and with King Nidhogg, or even just seeing how some of the other teams that we had are members of the last door have been doing really good too. TER having Paz leading the charge on
Yeah,
that one.
same exact thing that I was saying with Paz on TER. Yep, they also had a pretty monster game. We saw a couple huge ults from Paz, so yep.
Like this one, I feel bad for how TER kind of got split because the circle kept pushing towards SCR and allowing them to have the better angle initially. And once you have that against a team that are so good as you're talking about at macro play, it's not the easiest to start finding your own angles because Nidhogg's already telling the team we need to cover this flank, this flank, and this flank. We need to make sure they're going this way. We force them into these weird positions, and then that's how we're going to play.
Yeah, and we saw Paz basically doing the same thing. Like Paz's team TER was cutting off, the other team that was coming in from their top left. It was just that SCR was doing the same exact thing to them on their bottom right.
Yep.
So SCR kind of gets the benefit of both there because, TER had to play out that team fight as they were kind of running into SCR there. But it was a really good, really good final circle. I love seeing Storm Shift play out because of the way, teams just have to consider
really
stuff
funny
like
moments.
that. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, hello. I hear a
Mr.
boo
J.
from
Hello.
That sweet.
yeah. So
subtle
I
voice.
was messaging you guys in, I think Argus slot. So we're gonna have you guys switch to lobby 2 here in a bit.
Okay,
To
we're gonna switch
cast
over.
the lobby 2 games. Yeah.
Perfect. That gives me time to get some water, so I'm going.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
right
You should
now.
have time. They're in game 3. I'm pretty sure. Just look at staff chat and I will let you know.
Awesome. Thanks, bro.
Mhm.
Yo, I'm back. Argus absolutely killing it on the controls here, giving us the replay, the on the break replay.
So good.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that because of stage.
Yeah, I think
Right.
its stage is a little different, so we're not able to. It's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, are we not
so-
gonna have?
We're good.
Are we not gonna have Argus spectating the last
yeah, we will.
games?
We
The other
will.
ones
Yeah,
as well?
we will.
Okay, yeah,
We're
We're
just
thinking
jumping
about
up for
just
the end of
doing
this one.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which
Okay.
is
Doing the-
about to end right
actual
here,
stream.
bro. Shit's going down. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
stuff's
it
going
is.
down.
Oh, it's okay. It's on my channel. I don't care.
Oh, GG, dude.
GG.
There you go. Just at least we can show people what's going on. Then we can get Argus into the next draft. So I do like that the names kind of stayed the same. The only different is going to be IS. I want to see what you guys did for the acronyms in this one.
Did you see the first one?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. I know. It took me a second to realize it, and once I realized, I'm like, oh,
I didn't know what he was talking about at first. I was like, what? And then I saw it too.
Hey, you'll see this one's even better.
Okay, I'm ready.
Is it better? I don't know if it's better.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
Maybe.
The thing about team name IS is you could just call them Team Is, because
Yeah.
that's what it
That's
stands
what we
for.
did with Win. That's what we did with
Yeah.
Win. They were Win.
Did you call him
Spade
Tur?
tried so hard.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Team
we
Tur.
did- that one was, we did TER more for that one.
That's
Hmm.
fair.
There's a TR here as well.
I
There's
think
just
that's the
two.
only one
Should we
that's
go
the
with
same.
Tur? I like Tur.
They're under the same org.
Perfect. We're gonna move.
Ready, dude.
We're gonna move back to
A team and B
Argus.
team in the tourney.
And
Yeah.
Let's make sure that we get Argus for spectating
Yep,
this one.
yep.
And one
Thank
thing,
you guys.
really quick.
Yeah.
Oh, he left. One thing is,
I'll
if you
read that.
notice, Aiden BY, it magically is under Team BY2, which is really funny.
Very
That's
funny.
awesome.
Purely
Wait,
coincidence.
Lobby 2 is better than the other one. Hell yeah. All right, boys, I'm gonna hop back over.
Alright,
Yep,
so-
later.
Yeah, great job driving, dude. It's awesome so far. Do you have any are you trying to grow a stream or anything like that? Do you have a Twitch or a YouTube or anything like that?
I don't have a Twitch or stream myself, but I'm growing a business myself. I do printing and painting of 3D models.
Oh, super cool, bro.
Yeah.
I studied mechanical engineering in college, and like 3D printing was kind of coming into full swing in my later years, so I had a bit of experience like printing some stuff. It's really cool, man. I really enjoyed that part of it.
There you go. Give it a sec. They're gonna get a player to move down so that you can join.
For sure. And yeah, partner is in additive engineering as a career, so it made it really easy to kind of shift into it. I'm big into painting. It's my main thing.
Very cool.
Having somebody that can handle the more technical aspect is great.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
What type of stuff are you usually? Is it like gaming related stuff, or is it literally like any kind of?
Yeah, I do things for. I've done Warhammer Army commissions.
That's
I've
like where
done,
my brain went when you said it. The very
Yeah.
first thing I went to was Warhammer in my
I
head.
do D&D miniatures. I do
Nice.
statues and stuff from like anime.
Hell yeah, that's awesome actually.
Yeah, I love it. Painting is painting's the best.
Alrighty, there we go.
We made it.
We made it.
Awesome.
All right, so let's so Magic. Check out the new lobby names.
So lobby 2 is better than the other one. I like that. I like that.
And also, Jang wanted to point out, just randomly, Aiden BY is on Team BY2.
Oh, that's amazing. That's even better. It almost seems like it was on purpose.
Aiden sponsored org right there.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm excited for this one. Like, there's so many good players across the board. I'm glad that they were able to make 2 lobbies of it. Like, so you get so much more that can be shown. So like, show everyone how many players there are still like looking to kind of like become more competitive. And we, like I said, the game hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah, and it's like you like there's actually so many kind of new names here. Like I recognize a lot of names, but there's also like, you know, literally like about half the names of people I haven't seen before, and that's really like the whole intent for this. So it's like really cool to see new players wanting to get in here, wanting to like, you know, get a feel for how scrims are, and like hopefully that'll encourage more players to start making their own teams and like signing up, because we've been seeing, you know, a good chunk of that the last couple of weeks, like some, you know, new teams rising up in the scrims, and we saw, you know, in the last couple of days some of these new teams like taking W's away from some of these top teams, which is like really cool to see. And so kind of the more players that become interested in that in the competitive side of SUPERVIVE, like hopefully the more, you know, scrim teams we have, the more we can sort of rotate. And I know like Jang like studies this stuff like specifically, like he loves kind of like sports like bracket type stuff, and you know, he's trying to set up like a really cool, you know, like a tiered system if we eventually have enough teams that are a little more organized than the dailies. But I think it's like a really bright future for competitive SUPERVIVE, and it's honestly like so cool like being right here on the forefront with it. Like it's just like a lot of fun.
No, Argus, you remember you gotta make someone else.
Yeah, I gotta
leader.
pass it.
Yeah,
I'll toss
because
it to Pensado.
it happens a
Yeah,
lot.
Pensado's a good call.
And then Shab's asking who Aiden is. Aiden is more as a EU player who just happens to like to play on NA and does a lot of things here in NA. But Aiden's an insanely good player, both on Oath and Kingpin. So I'm really curious to see like what they opt to go for here, if it's going to be the Kingpin or Oath.
Yeah, Aiden just an absolute monster. One of the longtime playtesters, like on the one of the top teams that kind of like was when competitive SUPERVIVE was just forming, the very first tournament that Relic hosted with Lord GG, the prologue. Aiden's team Bomba won the EU side of it, and Lemur's team TLD won the
too.
Yeah, Bombo. It was so fun to watch, bro. So it started off in EU. I watched the whole thing front to back, like 8 hours or whatever it was, and it was so epic, bro. But yeah, the EU games, it was just carnage. Like they were going at it, and Bomba was just like a little bit of like a step ahead. So it was Aiden, Niza, Tredsy, and Mithy. Who was their fourth? I don't want to mess it up here.
I think it was Mithy.
Was it Mithy? Pretty sure it was Mithy.
Yeah. I think it was Mithy. I'm trying to remember too.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was. So anyways, but I haven't seen Niza around, but those guys still play together a lot over there. But hopefully, we will be seeing like a resurgence of Bomba, because like a super fun team to watch. And Aiden, you know, is one of these players that is extremely versatile. He can play a bunch of different hunters because of that depth of experience, and he's pretty cracked at most of them, but especially his Oath and his Kingpin. He has several that are very scary, but
in my head, like earlier on, he was like just a monster on Kingpin. I've seen him do some ridiculous stuff on Kingpin, and more recently, he's been doing that same kind of thing on Oath, where he's just kind of been like training Oath a lot, and it seems like he's actually working in some Brawl and stuff like that now too. I've seen him on Brawl a few times recently, especially in scrims. So continuing to kind of expand that like deep mastery of some of those playmaker champions, but just like a super fun player to watch, really.
And I think that's a nice thing to see a lot of these players do, is kind of branch out, because I think it's something you're gonna have to be versatile in, is just playing different strategies and different styles from game to game, because you might find out like your composition just doesn't work well in a certain lobby, or something is missing from when you're playing, and especially when you get things really close. When it gets really close in these games. NA, I think it's been one of the region, it has been the region with the closest battles for first place. Well, yes, we talk about the last door a lot, but there are so many teams that keep competing with them. Our blank all players, cap all players, fight all players team. They've always been in the conversation. We're starting to see Faye come up in the conversation more. Tammy Garfield, which was Tim Garfield before. So you have a lot of really good teams, and makes it really close that you have to be very versatile in how you're going to strategize each game.
Yep, and some of those players out here in so we're switching over to Lobby 2. I heard that Lobby 2 is better than Lobby 1. That was just
Vixinia just said that they're happy that we're getting some
nice
second lobby gameplay.
Yeah,
I am too. I'm really happy that we get to see more players, more teams, kind of show this off, because it started off as something that was only going to be one lobby and it was going to have more points, but because we had so many players wanting to play and we were able to, they set up 2 lobbies, so now it's more like show matches to really be able to show your stuff here on the stage.
Yeah, and it's like so cool to see this many new players like excited about it, like wanting to get in, and some of those teams we were just mentioning that Magical was talking about in scrims are spread out throughout these teams, right? Guys like Aiden, guys like Pensato, like they're gonna be kind of the lemurs, the Nidhogs of this lobby, trying to lead their team to victory. Krillo, someone who is sort of newer but on the kind of uprise, gets a kill in the kill feed there. One of like our newer players that's had a really good showing in his early scrims here. And so along with Madly. So Madly, a top 20 ranked player as well on the Jewel, putting big pressure out on Oath. Pensato, level 1 Kingpin. We were talking about it last game. Not really a hunter yet at level 1 with Kingpin, so not much he can do there as the rest of Oath kind of peels.
All right, well, we are kind of seeing that this second lobby is willing to scrap a little bit more. First lobby, it felt like teams were starting to fan out a lot at the beginning, not really wanting to be as scrappy, but these teams are really getting down and dirty, ready to fight tooth and nail for every bit of land.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows, so these lobbies are basically going at the same time. This one started a little bit later, so we're diving into game 4 of the Lobby 2 series. So basically we got the first half, the first 4 games of Lobby 1, and we're catching the last 3 games of Lobby 2 here. So we're kind of coming in, this isn't these guys' first game. Warmed up, Krillo.
Oh, what a pull right there to land onto this poor Felix as they get a nice, easy spike for ER. But one are starting to push
reversed.
up. Was able to get a dunk with the slam, but the pull back in almost was able to get out of that one. But it's a simple 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, Kingpin's just trading grabs there, getting it. Krillo looking to go back for another one, not quite. And yeah, Fox had no idea he was there at the beginning, and then I think they had no idea Baby Acolado was there. So they go 1-for-1. We got Resurgence on though, so quickly these teams are going to have their 4th player back, possibly looking to re-engage. We will have to see as we come down to Scavenger Bay. We got BY2 Aiden team looking to get some vault action. Replicator, big vault here, so definitely one worth fighting over. Will anyone contest? It looks like Thin is on the right, kind of making their way over here. They hear the vault being hacked. Probably going to want some action.
Then throwing out a mortar, it lands onto Aiden, but they have been able to crack this so far. But now you have to battle out of there. THN throwing out more mortars, hoping to land some damage onto Aiden, who's this time playing Shrike. We actually had to see a little bit of a different style that we were talking about with Aiden, that we're so used to seeing them be the front line, but this time,
flank by Yugen.
They get a huge pull, but the damage, they're gonna start landing it, especially when they're on Aiden as he tries to see if he can get the kick flip away. But now that your team's so low, the Replicator's what you gained, but only 2 members who are able to get away from that battle. THN are still hunting for them. 20 seconds remaining before they get the resurgence. And Aiden jukes around. Eugen's trying to get him, but now you're body blocked by the wall and Spike to deny Aiden. They're going to lose that replicator. THN will claim control.
Yeah, so all of that for nothing in the end. They do lose the replicator. Eugen having a huge fight there with the flank at the beginning, putting out so much pressure as Michael Othen engaged. They do have Jaguar and Michael Othen, two of our scrim players, as Pensato getting a knock here, going back down to them in Scavenger Bay. They're right on top of BY2 now. BY2 just continuing to run off the back of this resurgence. And it looks like Zulius is gonna very nice feathering glider control at the bottom there, gonna make it out, but not gonna matter as Jaguar runs them down. And we just got
it's okay. You know, it's still first night, right? They're gonna
get and resurgence on.
Back up.
Yeah.
So I'm more like concerned with the fact they lost that replicator. Like that is a big thing for them to lose. You were talking about that already, seeing how much you can utilize that to get that extra armor, get the extra items for yourself. And I'm really looking at that as a big team, but that spike from Kurlo is huge too, because that was gold armor you deny from one that you can steal away from Adley.
Yeah, we saw the fight between these two earlier. They were literally waiting, like you said, like on that ledge. Perfect spot for Kingpin to pull dunk, and they're just gonna, you know, continue the push with numbers, try to get all these golds, but they are gonna answer back with the spike. So well played by Venom to catch them off guard with the glider out. 1 second on the resurgence res, so one is gonna pull their third player back in, soon to be their fourth as well. So it looks like they're gonna be just fine, kind of split with the storm there, and coming back down to THN, kind of on a roll, trying to ride the momentum of that replicator. And they're going to run into Lob and Coldfang, it looks like, making their way over there. But teams fighting up north as well. Someone on the train doing something.
It could be one just splitting away, trying to get into a better position. No longer finding themselves strong enough, but THN find themselves very strong here as they push
huge Eugen.
And look at this backline damage. They're chasing down the tanks. They can't stop Unseen Jaguar, who's still looking for Tornado Boy, but they got the flank from Improving and Karna as they are now taking out Eugen. Looking for the Eye of the Storm with Improving, chasing down, getting a lot of damage, but now you're by yourself 1v3. They go for the resets, but push over the abyss. They do find the spike for one, but Improving taking the damage and now re-engaging. Lob are the team that are winning now. THN thought they can push in, but this has been controlled by Lob for quite a while. Coldfangs is dominated by them. Unseen Jaguar doing a lot to try to get away, even throwing down a mortar, but they split up from Gina as both remaining members of THN won't be able to regroup.
Yeah, Conra monster play there. RMB, Myth RMB pushes the Aluna out of her ult range. She isn't able to get up Eugen, who was doing so much damage in the early part of that fight. Gets the double root on the Shiv RMB as Jaguar continues to kite south here, looking to do every jukes the dash, double jukes through. Big moves by Jaguar there, kind of juke back north, but can the rest of Lob catch up and get a flank on him?
I'm watching this, seeing how Unseen Jaguar is going to skate out of this one. It's difficult because they are really hunting, and he's doing a lot to dodge all these abilities, and even has this little bit of terrain, but now Improving's right there. Eye of the Storm has been popped on each side.
Nice
Unseen
answers. Jaguar
has been leading this charge for a while, but they've got stacks up now, and you got to be careful. Unseen Jaguar is going to be tagged. Surge going forward, was looking for the resets, but nicely done by Unseen Jaguar to not only not get spiked, but to threaten the spike backwards, as we see that BY2 got eliminated in the first team out.
Wow, yeah, very well played by Jaguar. He is in such a rough spot still, though, as two teams to his north, as two teams are north of that, so everyone is down here. Krillo, another huge play, slam into the ult. Lunaris is able to iframe out, and so still 4v4 here. Dawn blowing that ult on Krillo to make sure he stays up. Rofer putting huge damage out, but the Jin is going to swap. It's not going to be enough. Is going to get finished up there. So they kind of isolate 3v1, and ER answers back with the 3v1 on the south. So we might see a re-engage here between these two teams. This Shiv Stars, I've seen this guy. He's making YouTube videos, actually like a really good Shiv. Recently got Grandmaster, I guess it was like last week sometime, but definitely a player to watch out for. You know, putting out big damage in that fight there.
I almost thought we were going to have a full-out brawl in the desert here because we have so many of our teams now grouping, but there is going to be this fight over control of the camps. It is against OTH as Lob are right behind them and have been pushing out of Coldfangs, realizing the storm is forcing them out into the stretches of desert.
Yeah, and we got just so many teams kind of coming together in Desert here. Big engage by Oath, Shawbark. Oh,
What
Galaxy.
if Flight of the Firefox was able to split up a lot of that fight and do a lot of damage, but the fact that it's a 4v4 with 3 teams here, and now make it a 4th because Bet are on the other side. That's 5 teams
Bet.
all willing to scrap it out. But as we have 2 teams leave, it is going to be Bet taking control, pushing back OTH, getting the knock on Pensado over the abyss.
Oh, Pensado!
Drawing him down to hell,
Yo!
baby! Get that knock, Pensado! What a play out of him, but now you still got to survive. The rest of your team has been split up. Shabmorg is going to be taken out, so it is going to be a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, Phantom answers back on that Shiv. Coming back up to Iz, though. They're in a rough spot against Lob, so Galaxy Gameboy getting taken out. Rapcore, potentially, yeah, last player left here. Going to be in a rough spot. It looks like Lob is wanting to push this. They are not going to want this squad to get away. They want the Elim. And I wonder if Rapcore is going to be able to work some myth magic with the phase walk here.
Uh-oh. Michael Othen. We've seen plays like this already today. Rapcore. Oh. That was an unusual phase walk.
Here, oh, dude, this is so this is so
I've seen
sketch,
Jaguar.
bro. Oh my
There's Rapcore,
god.
And then realizing that Michael Othman was there, assisting a different team to knock out one. It was a good jump though
Rapcore's
from
back,
Rapcore.
what?
Wait, what? Huh? What? Okay, but now he's still gone.
I actually don't know how. I thought he got spiked. I don't know what I saw.
Yeah, I thought he got spiked too. That's what I saw on my side. But now, Bet and Lob chasing each other down. Lob, having already eliminated a team, are going to feel very happy about that. They're not even going to chase down THN. They already tried once to get Unseen Jaguar. They're not trying twice.
Yeah, and THN just on the bush play, looking to live. Speaking of bush play, ER, Krillo loves this stuff.
They throw a scan grenade. Oh,
What a play.
The grab,
With
though.
The hook. Krillo.
Oh, he
going for
jukes
the
it.
knock, but now the nuke's been sent out. Fight of the Firefox. Everyone has to dodge away from the nukes that have been sent out as Madly trying to re-enter the fight, but with Krillo taken so low, it's difficult. One to now have collapse around you. This Jewel has to escape from all 4. Up into the air with the Eye of the Storm. Tornadoes right to their backs. They can use that to get a bit of distance away, because it could have been dangerous. ER still getting chased down by 1. Not relenting, baby Acolado. Looking for Madly, but barely missing the hook.
yeah, Aculado had a monster dodge on the slam there after getting grabbed, and his team follows up with a nuke to re-engage. Over the top on Dawn, though, big slam is going to
Nice
get him.
slam. They should be able to get this one. They do take down another member of 1, but we see that Krillo still hanging out there by them lonesome now. No one to back him up.
Yeah, he's very comfortable in the bush. He's just gonna hang out, listen for what's happening, see if he can buy some time here, look for that res. But we see TER big by Curris there again with the RMB pin on Jack Lacken. So huge pressure with the ult from the Oath as well. Jack Lacken barely able to peel out, get a heal. I don't know if they're gonna be able to recover, but they might with BET pushing on the south here.
Bet looking for TER as they are now pushing up into this storm and trying to make sure that they're getting as much control. We see that there is the Abyssal that has spawned right to the north, but no one wants to take it, especially now that we have the snow run. Looking to make some snowmen out of players, but everyone dodging away. No hook from Krillo that time around. Madly in a bad spot. 2v4 against CER and Bet on the other side. Madly, sacrificial lamb for ER to survive.
Yeah, and that's a scary team to look out for. TER, Tamashi, and Spade Storms on the same team, and we've seen Kuro already make a couple big plays in the myth, so Stars might be running right into Krillo here, bro. Oh my god.
Oh no. Slam down that damage.
That is
eliminating
rough, bro.
the THE, and now Krillo having shown themselves there. You've made the great play, Krillo. You deserve it, but you are eliminated.
Hey, at least he got that last one in the end, bro. A little bit of vengeance on the way out as TER looking to have vengeance on to BET. Monster plays there. The Shiv looking to trade big damage back. Alive somehow still, but does get taken out. Lunatherius trying to peel south in the storm. Might not be able to make it. Can they B-hop the Zeph? They are. Wow,
Yes.
let's go, Luna.
Wow, Lunatherius. Keeping BET in this game. Barely are they
That was
still
big
alive,
right
but
there.
we
The B-hop comes in clutch, bro.
When we look at how many players are left in this lobby, there's an average of 3 players for each team that is left, but a lot of these teams only have 1 member. We saw VET. Same with THN. I believe it's just this Oath, Michael Oathman, trying to get to something, but when you're pinched from all sides, Yeah, it's difficult
That's
to get
rough.
away, and there they go. They get eliminated while another pull from Tornado Boy lands. Long now
Nice.
pushing him into the storm. Jack-O-Lantern, Lopa do find a knock, so it's going to be a 2v3. Trying to go for the
Lob.
trying to get the kill onto Jack-O-Lantern. Now it's Lopa by themselves, looking for the plays, but improving, hunting this down. Saying that it's not going to matter if you got some ice, baby, because I'm still looking to push you away. Make sure another team only has the one surviving.
Yeah, nice fight there by Lob, but not quite able to finish him out, but one is going to get the res on that beacon there. And so they're looking to regroup at Oath on the, or OTH on the left here. Luna just kind of buying time, waiting it out down here. And it looks like one, Lopa's going to run right into Oath. So they're actually just going to get that pick. And right after one res, even though they got away, they're just going to go down anyways.
Ground being worn, Lunatherius saying, hey, I'm right here, and DAR put up a shield, so no second win, and they eliminate another team. Only 4 are remaining. We have one team all the way up here, or one team, only 3 members left. Everyone else fully squatted up.
Yeah, this is going to be like, we see 3 posturing down here and then 1 up at the north trying to maybe look for some other way to get that 4th member back after just losing him again. But we got like some final circle positioning. TER in a bit of a weird spot. They are going to have to push this gap eventually as we see this final circle. Or wait, no, that's bonfire line. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So TER have plenty of time actually but they are going to run into one up here.
Jack-O-Lantern has a surge early out there, and this is our only team that is losing, is down a member, losing out against the other 3 that are all fully squatted up. But with the snow runs, no team really wants to push in just yet. They're kind of waiting it out, seeing, I think, where the next circle after this one is going to go.
Yeah. And what I was saying earlier, Tamashi, very scary on the Jin, so someone to look out for, getting those like rogue picks, finding members split out. And speaking of that, baby Akulado maybe going right towards him here, looking for this dunk.
Tamashi's been hanging out this whole time. Comes out a little bit too early, so they will spot that out. Baby Akulado does want to take away the crown, pulling back in, look for the dunk in the storm, getting a lot of damage, but you got spiked yourself. Unfortunate there for one. They'll have 2 members remaining, but looking dicey because they can't get that crown too easily.
Yeah, it was one of those weird situations on Kingpin where when you're pulling your ground, and I think because he dashed back, he was pulling for a longer time than he thought, so got really close to that abyss floor. Jack-O-Lantern.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Oh my goodness.
No one's checking their bushes. Tamashi, let's go.
Tamashi's still defending
He's
that
just
crown.
threatening
not
that
letting
ledge,
any team
yeah.
getting there.
Yep,
No
yep.
one's checked the
Yo,
bush
no
still.
way, bro.
No one's checked the bush
Oh
still.
my
Jack-O-Lantern
God.
getting away with one of... I don't even know how he was getting away with that one, because it should have been an easy,
You
quick
could
check
see,
in and check out.
dude, yeah, you could see in his movement, he's like, oh God, oh God, oh God.
He was ready to dash at any
Oh, he's going to go to Tamashi ledge over the wall.
Oh, no, Tamashi's here and realizing there's a Jin waiting for you. Jack-O-Lantern, how do you do it this time? It was a sand wall, but that crown's just a little too far away. Eye of the storm, disengaged. Jack-O-Lantern gonna be knocked out pretty soon. Just needs that auto in the middle of too many teams, and there goes one. 3 squads remaining, and it is going to be a trifecta here of the good, the bad, and the ugly with the positions they hold.
Yeah, a nice try there by Jack-O-Lantern. Almost makes it out of there, but just goes right in the middle of 2 other teams over the abyss. Can't quite make it. But we do see TER. Yeah, so Soul Stealer on Kurus, who we've been seeing making big plays. They have big equipment here as well. Blinkstone on Spade Storms. It's definitely a scary team to watch out here just based on gear. 3 golds as well. And 3 golds on Lob with a gold on Improving. So fairly even armor, to be honest. Pensado looking for the downtown grab. Not quite going to get it to come through as we see all 3 of these squads just kind of trading poke with positioning. Another Soul Stealer over here on the Jin of OTH. So very interesting to see the Soul Stealer pickups. And Exotic GA, I would definitely say like TER's looking like they're in a really good spot. If like they can get one of these squad wipes to come through or a couple kills, get level 10, ride the power of these golds with the gear they have, and Blinkstone on the Jewel, I think they're going to be able to make some magic happen. They are just going to have to crawl. Oh, huge mortar!
Yeah, they're kind of stuck there. The snow run made it hard for them to really hold on to that territory, and it was an easy lob in, just throw the mortar, get some damage, because you know that
was
they're probably gonna be
Pensado. He's
sitting there.
looking.
Pensato already on the land.
Whoa!
Blinkstone, where's he gonna go back? No, he was looking
Bro,
for it up here.
what?
Zong takes down Toy Machine as the rest of the team trying to back him up, but Pensato's already gone. One member remaining. One member already down for Lob. Well, Slay, the only one over here for OTH, hoping that they can start pushing in. Now with Jin behind you, you could look for the play. It's a flame shield,
Trying to
having
get
a
the
lot of
spike.
damage.
Oh,
the
not
MS, but
quite.
finally will fall. Two, actually no, just the one remains for OTH.
Yeah, Slay looking for that Firefox spike, pulling people out over the abyss, trying to get him to panic while he sprays him with the flamethrower. Doesn't quite work there. We saw Pensato go for like it looked like he was going for a play on TER. Then he changed his mind, hooked someone from Log, dunked him. But then they were right in the middle of two teams, and so kind of got pincered. OTH did get one out, the member with Soul Stealer on the Jin. Ezzy, I don't want to try to say the full name because I messed it up. Oh, nuke with Storm Grenade. Terrible position for Lob here.
Oh, wow. Okay, and kind of locking them in there for a second, making it difficult. But these mortars are getting lobbed out by Lob. Get some decent damage onto them.
they're
And they're
getting
still in
chunked
control
by
of
that
the circle
rain.
with how it's pushing in, because that Storm Grenade now makes it so that TER has to go all the way over here. And notice that Ezzy was by themselves, kind of pushes out this lone member away.
Oh, he clones
who
over.
Swaps it out. Oh no, but Lob have been controlling this the whole time. And you're not having any easy escape that time around, but
Yeah.
this is given an angle for TER
TER
to
off the
push
back.
into Skyrun's run and looking for the damage with the Abyssal Breaker, splitting up the fight for now. Still, they have Spades waiting it out, but pulled back in by the Q landing, has to surge away. DER now struggling, healing up, but they have little armor working for Choco, who's now going to be the target as they try to see if they can take down that Oath. Split up, Tamashi on the other side. Jin waiting for the time to strike. When you go in, pushing him back with a shield bash into the storm, and now you're over the abyss. Tamashi has a little bit of land to work with, but improving is chasing him down into the storm to find the first knock, and then Kuros will fall. Only Spades remains.
Yeah, such a weird split fight there for TER, and Lob playing it very well, kind of keeping everyone split, taking out one by one. Last player left, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Spade Storms on the Jewel, Blink Dagger, Grapple, level 10. Can they make the miracle happen?
The Abyssal Breaker sent out, Eye of the Storm up in the air, doing a lot to try to juke. Stays in Sky Rats and then pulls back with a surge, looking for any spike. You gotta land something. You gotta find it now.
Blink.
Because they're all looking for you. You gotta remain for a minute and 30 more. And with no more dashes, it's hard to get away. That was the surge, barely almost out of there. But still, the Q going wide. A Spade will finally
indeed.
fall.
Yeah, nice try there by Spade Storms. Not able to pull it out. And Lob, I would say a well-deserved victory there, playing that extremely well. We saw big plays from them throughout the game. I saw a couple big myth R&Bs from Conra to really change the fight. And I believe it was them we saw in Cold Fang, that very first fight that was looking rough. Conra got that R&B on the the bunny, able to push her out of her ult and kind of win that early fight, and that leads all the way deep into the game to their victory. So really cool to see, like, a lot of new names on that team that I don't even recognize.
Yeah, same here. That's kind of why we're doing this too, right? Get those new names out there, kind of show everyone off. Oh, I feel so bad for Rapcore on this one.
Yeah, this is just a rough spot to be for
Marcus,
anyone,
really,
bro.
you gotta do Rapcore like this. Just be like,
Well, we got to see what happened, though. Something happened where he lives. Oh, he got pulled back out of the spike, bro. I've never seen that. That's wild.
That explains it, because we were wondering that too. It's
He
like,
gets grabbed. Toy Machine Tornado Boy saves him just to kill him again. That's hilarious.
it was to give him hope and then ruthlessly
Yes.
pull it away at the
Just
same
crush his emotions. Exactly.
That was a funny one. That was good, but I feel bad for Rapcore on that one. Just no idea. Another good one would be the sneak around that we saw earlier too from Jackalacken. Where just somehow holds out into the bush that nobody checks, and even I think Jackalacken's like, how did I not die here?
Almost like makes it out of there too, like on the attempt south. We saw some like big mortar damage coming through in the end there. This is Pensato's like madman jump pad, bro. I don't know what the plan was here. He gets a dunk out of it, but I don't know what you're doing after this, bro. I love it. He's like sees green under him. He's like, screw it. I'm gonna get a dunk on red. Easy GG, but we might be screwed now.
I almost wonder if maybe Pensato thought they had Blinkstone. Like, I could see that happening, where it's like you think you have a different item, you want to use that to pull them all the way back, and you're like, wait a minute, I don't have that. Here it is. Here's Jackalacken.
Yeah, and they see the Jin, they're like, oh no, we don't want that ledge. That's a rough one to take. And yeah, no one checks bush. Let this be a lesson. Check your bushes.
Yeah. I seriously, from casting so much, like I have now seen so many of these sneaky bush plays that I
Yeah.
check every bush I pass.
And
I
you-
auto every single time. It's
It's-
just either auto or just walk into it.
And it's like you start to like think of it more like League, like face checking a brush in League. It's terrifying to face check brush, you know? Like,
Exactly.
that is not what you want to do a lot of the time. And so yeah, it is cool to see, like, and we've seen teams like Krillo being one of the players that's really good at it, but ninjas in our scrims have almost been like prioritizing that kind of play. They're really good at like dropping a bit far away and then kind of sneaking in along the circle line and finding picks to build themselves an advantage, and then continuing that, doing stuff like Krillo's doing here with bush play. But yeah, it's like it's so fun watching all these new players, bro.
And sorry, Shameless, you asked how many more games there were. There are going to be 2 more games. Shab already answered the question. We're doing 3 of this lobby. We did 4 of the other lobby because we jumped into the 4th game. This is going to be the 5th game, and there's 1 more after that.
Yes, sir. So coming into game 5 of lobby 2 of a winter draft, and like such a cool just community event kind of thrown together randomly by the heroes out here. Which probably it's basically been Supernac, it's been Jang, it's been Pensato, it's been Argus. Am I forgetting anyone? I just want to shout out some.
I'm pretty sure those like the 4 main ones who have really been putting a lot of the work in. Obviously, a lot of the players too, being willing to play and do this kind of thing.
Yeah, and have the
Or Dylan-
patience to
Dylan
like
FPS.
sign
Dylan
up.
FPS is a good
Yeah,
one, too.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Dylan's
go
done
through
a
the
lot of work, too.
draft.
Mhm.
Sorry,
Are
what'd
we-
you say, Magical? Was there someone I missed?
Dylan. It was
Dylan,
like
yeah,
Dylan.
thank you, Dylan. I knew there was another person that we were missing. Yeah, so Dylan FPS helping out a ton, kind of organizing this whole thing. So shout out to all those guys. But yeah, coming into game 5 here after a pretty strong showing there from Lob at the end. So can they look for a repeat? I'd be curious to know what the who the victor was for the first 3 games, Magical.
Oh my god.
Oh, train battle?
This is train game. This is train gaming.
Oh,
They're
it's
all
just
on the train.
carnage.
And is already
Oh.
playing so aggressively.
Oh.
Don, the last one for ER. Do you stick out the train or do you bail? That's the question. Oh, we have been fighting the machine too. Oh my god.
Bro.
Is fighting everywhere to start off this game. 1 split up. Jackalacken might be healthy, but the rest of the team not looking so. They are trying to stick strong to the boss, the mini boss, to get that experienced lead at the moment. While Sarlura, is able to kind of escape, but it's really difficult to get away from Aiden.
Yeah, especially level 1 on the Fox. All you got your dash. It's hard to do anything. So hopefully 1 can recover here. It looks like they are gonna kind of have fire, but BY2 is right back in. We see Aiden just flying in from the side here. They're gonna try to not let that happen. So I think Lopa's gonna peel probably and make sure at least someone's out with the resurgence, right? Lopa level 1
Yeah.
still. That's rough.
Ooh, though, Jackalacken, good tech right there, using the extra distance you can get upwards to get over that wall and escape. So looks like 1 will be able to get back up. The only problem is going to be that they aren't fully grouped together. Lopa, Solora are all down south here, getting chased down by BY2, while we saw that Jackalacken was going north, so he's far away from the rest of the team.
Yeah, and Lopa gonna continue to get chased here. Oh, putting out big damage as they kite away. Kind of Celeste specialty. Takes the fan. Gonna go for the deep angle. Probably for another fan out as we pan up here just by site 38. Looks like Thin in a bit of a bad situation. Yugen is down. As we come back to a fight down here. Oath and BY2. Big grab. Oh, no. Doesn't quite get it.
Yeah, and now Null split up from the rest of BY2 as they're looking to chase down 1 more member. And Zato can hold strong to make sure they're eliminating team players and looking to re-engage on a BY2 who have low health bars. Aiden taking a huge chunk of that, not equated to, barely dodging away. Pensato still hunting though, as we see that the other members of 1 who had gone for the northern play, now might
Wow.
re-engage and look to see if they can take down targets. Baby Akawaddle does take down one, and now DOTH are on to the strike, making it hard to get away. Jellyfish up in the air.
These fans.
Throws out the auto shots. Where are you gonna land it?
Oh.
Doing a good job so far. One headshot. You need one more.
Oh.
My God! Contact.
Let's
phase
go.
already. What kind of headshot spin was that?
Huge, bro. Going for the execute, but no! Gets
the
greedy
BM
with it. Wants the
play.
health reset. Greed is not good in this case. Gets pushed off and destroyed after such a good strike play there. So still this battle between... Oh, big spike coming through from Shawmarg. So it's just an ongoing battle between Oath and One here. Just trading back and forth as their resurgence keeps coming through.
I almost feel like you let them get the execute there. If you know, as like a, respect the play, because it was really dirty and really good. So you're like, all right, you can have this one. I'll let you get the execute, and then I'll get the kill onto you. But Jackalaka now spiking one over the abyss, but Baby Akawaddle, who got back on their feet thanks to resurgence, now taking a lot of damage, and Job chasing down, making it hard for Baby Akawaddle to heal up. Can you use the blast from the fan? Not again, Baby Akawaddle tried to go for the headshot spins, but realized that they were in danger, and they are going to lose out on most of their members. Well,
Oh
the three-way
my
fight happens
God.
all the way over here. Prisma falls. Looking dangerous for these teams to play against. Eugen's already in wisp form, while Lob are taking control of the falls.
Yeah, Lob Replicator on Toy Machine there. Good call out by Argus to show us kind of that early advantage, finding. We also have an eye on improving as well, or a scale, I mean. And so, Fang, sorry, one of the Abyssals, the third one. But pretty big early advantage here, and they're looking to keep pushing it as they. Galaxy Game Boy barely gets the recall through. Very nice timing on that.
Very perfect timing, literally split second perfect, because any later you're taken out, you're pulled back in. But now they are going to all be together. So it
full
is not out of this
golds
one.
here, bro. Look at this.
Yeah. ER were the team that won the train. Remember that. This was the
True.
team that won control, got themselves the gold from there, and then it seems like they were able to keep fighting their way for more golds elsewhere.
Yep, and we see another shout out by Argus showing the souls coming down here. We're going to have an XP soul and a damage soul game arriving at this sort of next circle location. Teams looking to position around that and find their way to this inner circle, as is looking to maybe cut off THN as they push across here. Big ult.
Nice use of the Abyssal Breaker, but not really splitting up the fight at the moment. You have the level advantage, looking at Twin on the other side, still only level 4, but Twin is now starting to get the damage necessary. They're pushing back. Unseen Jaguar was picked up, but Gina was not able to carry him away, was spiked instead. THN now split up again.
Nice fight there by Iz to kind of stop that push over the gap. Very well played. And we see another fight up here by our gold team, ER, looking to...
Jellycube.
Jellycube not doing much as it's kind of left in the back there, but level 6, so it's like a level advantage by armor advantage. Nice Oath ult there by Choco, a little bit of just zoning to push them off. I don't know, looks like both teams going to kind of back off for now as we see the coming in from the south.
Now I see TER chasing them away, kind of just scaring them, and know there's another team, ER, right here. Nice pull, and pulling them right back to the rest of the team, but it's a brawl now. Brawling on top of your carries. Good use of the CC to make sure you lock them down so you can get that knock and confirm that kill.
Yep, and another good Kingpin grab setting stuff up. TER with their Replicator looking to put some damage out on ER. Like this team, like having golds is an advantage, but the other thing it does is put a target on your head. Big root coming through, huge!
What a play! The Q to land on 3 members. We'll split up ER.
That was
They're chasing to the
monster.
storm, and TER decisively winning that one. That was amazing.
Yeah, really big play there. And is like on the red key gonna get an exotic of their own down here. Twin A, let's see what he gets to pick from.
Well, it looks like they're giving it to Robbie.
So
Ooh,
Armor Shredder on the
Shredder.
Fox. Let's go.
Oof, that's gonna do a lot here. And now they are looking to fight. They remember that there were teams to the north. They pushed back TER, but we see that all these teams kind of grouping around, getting pushed in towards the circle. And I want to kind of point, even though I know there are going to be fights, I want to point out that BY2, who had been all the way down in Scavengers and Skyrats, had pushed all the way to Academy, and they got really lucky because the EXP soul dropped right outside of Gridlock, which they were the only team to look for. So they're going to get that soul uncontested at the moment.
Yeah, we saw them off to a bit of a rough start after that early battle, and so right back in it. Lunaris, huge damage out on the Shiv in the backline.
Landing the chains as well, real time, trying in real time to get the knocks, but he's going to be the one knocked instead. Conrad, all by yourself now. The push back on a Stars, trying to heal up as you dodge away from the auto attacks, but finally fall to Stars, who then re-engage on the Lob, who are split up, improving. Might be able to get the reses for the team while they have their Oath go into the Storm. Karna is back, but now the push onto Lunaris as improving gets a bit of damage, but this is given enough time for Iz to show up on the other side and look for real time, who just got res, and the spikes on a Rofer to remain, actually make it 3 because Lunaris is split away from the team
nice
as they were getting chased away by Lob, but now they realize that they have to deal with Iz instead.
Yeah, that was such a good fight for but they just get pincered, and so they have to like peel out. Unfortunately, they are able to have 3 members live. They're looking for the box res, not going to be able to get it. Pretty bold look there. Lob does hear that, instantly turns around and deletes with the invuln. Is going to use that opportunity to take fire position here along with high ground, and that is going to force Lob south, but they do see Lunaris looking to finish off another member off of the back of that battle with and just such an unfortunate third party for because that whole fight was going their way until that pincer came in from the north.
As reject again on BY2, it seems like they didn't have a favorable trade against Bet. They were able to get the soul at least, but looking difficult as we do see our first team eliminated on the kill feed. THN are going to fall.
Yeah, and one of our better looking squads gets taken out first there. So down to 9, coming down to some action, continuing with So going to get taken off as well off the back of that spicy fight that we were just watching down here, and is kind of coming out the victors at the end of all that. Looks like they got a couple of golds, and they're going to run right into TER here.
TER send out some shots, hoping to find some pins, maybe some CC. They do have the level advantage. All 7 for TER, 2 6s, 2 7s for Iz. They are kind of splitting up TER and making it difficult for them to find that angle. Tamashi waiting and seeing if he can land anything into this backline, be that instant assassin, especially if you can get onto someone like Robbie before they engage. Yeah,
and especially with Kareem on the Jewel having Fate Rewinder, we see the cube coming out. But yeah, the damage of that Jhin combined with the Jewel, if they can line it up together on the same target, can just be so lethal, like instantly, like you're saying. So something to watch out for. And now Spade Storms can reset the whole thing with Rewinder. But Galaxy's in.
Just went deep into enemy lines, and that was the fight of the Firefox, the wombo combo that we were waiting for, and Robbie Armor Shredder doing so much work here and burning down space. But when you're by yourself, you're going to be taken out of the equation. Galaxy Gayboy might get res, but TER making it difficult. Rapcore not able to get it in time, so now 2 gone is split up. Twin A trying to split away, but now they're getting chased down. Very little ways to get out of this one. Having to use Blast Up to go to the Storm. This has been bad territory for a lot of teams, especially when they fall in this storm. The 2 storm shifts that we've seen make it impossible to escape.
Yeah, Robbie on the Fox doing so much work there, but really the rest of the team wasn't able to follow up. They were kind of split off to the right. Galaxy Gayboy went down and they were looking for the res, but Twin A and Rapcore not really to do much as Robbie was kind of left on his own. In the flank there, does eventually get taken out, even though doing some big damage and work on the armor. And Lob not going to want to let this lone myth get away. Rapcore players on all sides. Huge phase walk out of the slam right into Toy Machine, bro. So unfortunate.
That was the alley-oop scoop right there. They knew every escape that could be taken by that myth, and they had them all covered.
Well played by Lob there, but almost awesome look by Rapcore to peel out of that. They do read it. And BY2, like you were saying, is continuing to stay in the action. Did get that XP soul, looking to find some kills to ramp that level advantage, but they are a little behind on level still. Dude, we did see our first successful present that I've seen in one of our games earlier.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That was kind of crazy. And it was a good smart play too, because that was a spot that usually has one of the gift
Yeah,
baskets
that's how
spotted.
you got to do it, especially with these like experienced players. They know where the present spots are. And I saw a hilarious clip in the Jin channel of the Discord, where of the SUPERVIVE Discord, where someone was like trying to use the present, and it was just so unsuccessful. They just sat there during the team fight, watched their team die, and no one grabbed the present.
Yeah, it's like, why are you going to open up the very obviously trapped present there? And speaking of trapped, BY2 trapped in these canyons as One and TER are flanking them on all sides. They're trying to push back, but they're
okay.
now the ones that are forced to go north instead of letting One take the position that they once had held.
Yeah, so BY, like, Aiden looking like he maybe is caught there, does peel out, and the fight's going to turn into between One and TER. Tamashi looking for that Abyss play on the Jin. And it looks like the enemy's going to throw out a fire there, so they are just going to peel off. Everyone positioning. Look, BET on the bush play, looking to maybe ambush.
Oh, Slay finally has been spotted out. This was our last survivor from this team, and we have another team eliminated. 6 teams remain. Every team has all their players as we are getting into these very close quarters combat zones.
Yeah, Lob is looking scary, bro. They're putting out big damage. They have Damage Soul. Conroe with 2 mortars. We've seen some big R&B Heart Piercer pins coming out from the Myth. So if in looking at TER here, big exotics, but coming back to these guys, Lob versus BY2. Kind of trade back and forth, but Lob getting the res.
The pull denied. The cancel there, but Vortex Charm does land into the back line and enough damage with the pushback in.
One.
You gotta be careful. They're about to get flanked here. That's Tornado Boy gone as they're trying their best to throw out the napalm. It's gonna be the Eye of the Storm. Countered on the other side too. Both teams now disengaged. Aiden's picked up the crown, trying to get away, but right over to Lob, who now have control. Missile Breaker barely going wild. Pokeball 2. Making it hard for BY2 to get out of there. They have to leave Null out and allow the rest of the team to hopefully survive. But you got to survive for a minute 40.
Yeah.
And every team is hunting you.
Yeah, we saw Aiden basically trying to lead those 2 teams into each other, which he does successfully. 2 of their members get out on the left, so they're looking to just hold this little island with the Abyss. Big crowd coming through from Krillo is able to get the dunk through on Kareem, and he had Favor Winder, so huge dunk actually by Krillo there to get a big power shift for their team. Very well played. So if you had to take one member out, that's the one.
Yeah, that's going to be massive for ER. Even if they only have 3 players on their team remaining, they can easily change that and make it an even fight with just 1 good play. As a spike there. Oh, it was just the clone. Okay. Scared me for a second. I'm like, Jack Lockett, how'd you land that one?
Oh, it's like Tamashi's doing some crazy Jin stuff over here, trying to bait.
Okay, so yeah, 2 Fangs now on Lob. Pretty scary looking equipment as well, and good armor. So Lob continuing kind of their assault here as one of the most powerful teams in the lobby. Improving, shifting over, but gonna be...
Oh! Bam!
Dude, Krillo is on a roll here. That's 2nd dunk in a row, easy.
Yeah, and Aiden's got 25 seconds to go as they're back over the Abyss, but where do you go when every exit is covered again, Aiden? Lasting for so long, but it's only a matter of time before you're dunked, and BY2 are gone at 6.
So close there for Aiden, just really trying to play the spike angle, trying to bait someone out, force them into that low floor position, but Lob continuing their assault. Huge push there by Conra.
Oh my god, look at that. They're in the storm, and it's that hallway. It's so difficult to get out of when the storm is to your back. So Madly and Dawn had to split up, leave out one, but Krillo takes out Improving, using that bait rewinder pretty well, but the rest of their team is split up fighting against the 4 of BET. And that ain't gonna look so good as you dash back, and guess who's waiting? That island's a bait. Even if you have a jet stream, you're taking a little bit of damage as you get back towards Krillo.
Yeah, Lob is having some monster fights, bro. We saw a massive oath there, forcing them into the storm all the way back. It's going to result in a very rough-looking spot, and they continue their onslaught here as Lob pushes down onto BET. They are going to kind of just peel out there as TER trying to play this crown timer. Look, Jack Lacken's waiting for them for the hit scan spike from the Jewel on the south end there. Lob is continuing though to just kind of press their advantage. Krillo looking.
Krillo, where are you gonna go, my friend? Unfortunately, once he got tagged by that hawk shot that was sent out by Baby Akalotl, it was really difficult to escape. But this engage on
Oh my
VT,
God.
Love pinching them from all sides, utilizing one's position to make it hard for Bet to do anything against them. And now they are the ones who control the big island.
Yeah, now Lob just has such like an advantage as far as equipment, powers, souls, XP soul, damage soul, multiple scales, fate rewinder. There's just going to be no... Luna playing it really well, though. I was going to say nowhere to go for the Zeph, but staying alive for a really long time is eventually going to get taken out as the rest of Lob pushes over, and that puts improving on the red armor. And so Lob continuing to scale here into the late game. Level 10 on 3.
Javian's still alive. Kind of sneaking their way, trying to play for a position or maybe a heroic play with the crown. But with how this has been this whole time, TER have held this crown down south, and they are going to get the whole team back up. It looks like very close. So they got 30 seconds still remaining. I thought it was a lot longer because it felt like they've been holding on to that forever. But now they're getting attacked by Lob, and they're trying to get this Jhin away, dashing so far in order to do so. Oh, wait a minute, Javian could have looked for it, but instead it was just the world that took him down. Wait, no, he's gone. And now it's just Choco against one, and the Storm's pushing it to them. You push one into the Storm, it's not going to really help you out. We're going to have another team eliminated, burned down by Felix. But it's given enough time for Lob to start pushing in. Javian now waiting the crowd. Might play spoiler. One against everybody. Got to be careful. Fight of the Firefox. Burning him down. But it's going to be one. Picking up the kill. Waiting it out. Javian finally finding one. Looking for another.
Yo, one.
There. Javian almost was able to get back up.
Oh, no way.
Back up the other way around. Nobody expected Lob to be the team that got the elimination. They took down the crown. And now they fight once more against one. But one are still playing strong. They've got this Jewel on the other side.
Bro,
waiting for the angle. Taken down Toy Machine. They've got resets from Static. But now that they have the revive, one might try to kite back. Q lands on a one.
Jack-a-lackin'.
Gone. Jack-a-lackin' popping off
Oh,
in this game.
bro, no way.
Nothing to stop them. Improving, dashing back. Yes,
Improving.
Resets, but it dashes from Jack-a-lackin', chasing this down. Improving over the abyss, but so low on health, nowhere to escape.
We've seen him do it before, Magical.
And now we're gonna see if he can get out of this one. But it's Jack-a-lackin' saying it's not gonna be that easy until he goes for Baby Akalotl, who's over improving. Even if he got the knock, it was finally Jack-a-lackin' saving the game.
Dude, one played that so well, bro. I actually cannot believe they won that battle. Like, they were going up against such a stacked team. They took them out once, and then they proc the crown, get their whole team back, and take them out again, bro. What a monster fight there by one to close that game out, and improving, trying to make another miracle 1v3 play at the end for his team to kind of reverse that wild team fight. But just so well played here by one, man. And then the way Lob tried to get themselves back in with this kill on the crown right here, just like huge, but it's not enough, man. Because one just played it like incredibly.
And it's also one of those positions that you might have the XP soul and you get the team revive, but look at their armors. Everything is destroyed. They have nothing. And look at one, even if a lot of their armor is damaged, at least is providing some assistance for the team. It's so difficult for Lob, who come back with low health bars, come back with no armor, to actually be able to beat this team.
Yeah, it was just such an epic fight, and the re-engage here, improving, trying to make a miracle happen at the end, gets one, looking for two out here, does get it, but right after that gets spiked, and so not able to quite pull off the rewinder miracle jewel action, but pretty close, looking scary. In the end, won though, a very well-deserved victory there in game 5. 5? 6? 5.
Yeah, that's 5. That was 5. We have one more game. This is our last one. It's going to be this next one.
But yeah, GG's to everyone there in that final circle. That was epic.
I'm not going to lie, though. Whew, that was tiring. that was a fun one to cast, but it definitely was quite a wild one that got my adrenaline pumping.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. It's so good. Like there's just so much like variety in these games, bro. The way they play out, like we've been casting a lot of them lately, and every single one is so unique. Like the story of the whole thing and how it plays out.
Imagine this is also with them not having that many hunters. Like
Yeah,
Every game's so unique,
for
and they
sure,
only have
bro.
a handful of them. It is wild, and they're
Yeah.
gonna be releasing more soon too. This game has so much potential.
Yeah, bro, and same exact thing with like powers and even probably stuff like equipment, which will continue to, evolve as the game evolves. But like, yeah, there's just so much depth. Like they set out to build a 10,000-hour game. I think they've successfully done that, and it's basically tuning it at this point
It's
and
beta.
getting.
And no, the thing is, it's beta still.
Yeah,
they've
but-
already done that as beta.
Exactly, dude. And so now it's like it's fine tuning, it's refining, and it's figuring out ways to get more players kind of past that maybe like 50, 100-hour mark where they start to really see the magic. Because that's how it worked for me when I first started playtesting SUPERVIVE. I thought it was cool, but I was only getting to play 3-hour sessions 3 days, like once every 2 months or whatever. So it was hard to really get into it. But once it was kind of more available and we were starting to get more hours in, like I crossed that line, and it's literally like all I can think about now, bro. It's so like
It's just genuinely such a good game with
Like,
how they've already done it. And like I'll be honest too, it's like when I remember playtesting some of the closed outfits, I'm like, oh, that's okay. It's like it's fine. But then it was not the last closed beta, but the one right before that, I think
Yeah.
in September.
yeah.
That when I played that one, you could see how much polish they did to the game and
Yep.
how much they improved it. It was like that's when I'm like, okay, no, this game is it. This is the
Yep.
game that I want to play it. Like it's replacing all my other games.
Yeah, bro. And like I'm on my main YouTube channel, I make action RPG build guides. I've been waiting for Path of Exile 2 for like years, bro. I've barely played it because SUPERVIVE is out. I've like abandoned my other channel because this is so good, bro. I've been playing Path of Exile in the morning, but it's just like after a couple hours, I find myself just sitting there thinking about SUPERVIVE.
Yep. It's like sadly I have work that, like on most days where I can't play, and it's like I get really bummed that I'm not able to play it all the time. But at the same time, it's like I love casting, and as long as I get to do this, this is like my bread and butter.
Peak, dude. I also have been having such a good time casting, especially with you, man. It's just been so much fun, like
Yeah.
covering these scrims and getting to do some special events like this, and hopefully another one next weekend with your event. Like I think is going to be
Yeah.
really cool.
I was like, as long as we got the player count, we're gonna make something happen next weekend. We'll have fun. We'll end the year strong. And speaking of ending strong, we're gonna start and begin this game with a knock on the not equated as BY2
Big
get
grab.
a pull that lands, pull him back. No, they gotta make sure they execute Javi and finally take him down. The 20 seconds remain until the resurgence is gonna bring you back online, and your Wisp is not gonna be the one that you get the knock. Instead, it's gonna be ER joining on the other side.
Uh-oh.
Krill is not playing Kingpin this time around. He's on Shiv.
Uh-oh. Has a gold armor too. Looking for it. Omnivamp room punch. Trying to find the flank, but they just got 5 here on BET, so ult advantage now. Actually going to be a little bit of a scary push all of a sudden for ER. Phantom going to be running right into 1 after he daggers, so rough spot here for the Shiv.
Yeah.
Probably not going to be able to get out of this one.
Now it's going to be an easy target there to take out 1 and make sure that they're gone. And kind of looking back to how this is playing out, right? We were talking about SUPERVIVE more as like a game itself instead of this game. We had a lot of our teams kind of drop on the northern line of the plane drop. Only one team went south. Only one team was at Coldfang. So now we have all these teams that kind of farmed up every little bit there along that line, and now are looking for more as they slowly push up. But that means they're running into these other teams, and we're seeing these skirmishes really start up to go.
Yeah, we see like a lot of teams like kind of coming towards this middle part of the map, and like you were just saying, is pushing up here, possibly going to run into Lob, like one of our most threatening teams in our game so far. Looks like Lunatherius on the run from BY2 after we just saw BY2 scrapping with other teams and they peeled to the right. Looks like Luna's going to be just fine. The rest of the team up still, but is split. Coming back down to Is, they are going to run into Lob.
They have the base camp. Get a lot of control, but the push in with the Eye of the Storm. Level 5s for Lob is scared to deal with when you're so far behind. No ults on your side.
Yeah.
It is a ripped apart. Rapcore, Galaxy Gay Boy, they're going to be the only two as Twin A gets pulled back in. Now Rapcore are going to be the next target. Only the Storm that is at your back. It's an early Storm, so it's not going to do too much damage, but still, this ain't looking good for Iz.
Yeah, Lob must have been close already because right after that first one, they go 5 and just give a huge advantage in that fight. and they do capitalize and win that. But I think Galaxy Gayboy is able to get out, so hopefully they can stay in it. As we come up here to the scooping 2 of our golds here, so they're going to lock a couple in. THN in a rough spot against though, who was pressuring to the south. Yugen, though, huge ult to reverse it there while the Jewel had him fully stacked.
The Shiv doing some damage, but here's the team members starting to spawn back up, and now you've lost the auto respawns. So when Gina gets knocked there in a wisp form, it's going to be a lot more dangerous, especially when Eugen is now going to get attacked by Rofer. They get rid of him, and only one will be alive.
Jaguar got out.
The last one. Yep. Jaguar had just bailed completely from the fight.
Good call by Jaguar there. Sees the writing on the wall. Is like, this doesn't look good. Gets out. Gives his team another chance to get back in it. Coming to the north side here, we see Shrapnel Soul dropping about 3 teams around to contest. Phase 1 is down. Since crystals are out, big fight here.
Chilling Finale, not going to get any damage from Lupa, but it's the fight of the Firefox pulling back in me, but still not enough. They just don't have anything to get through these resistances just yet.
Dude,
Felix
just
is
pumping.
burning Bishop. He's doing a lot of damage, but where's the rest of the team? They need to start backing up this Felix, especially with how low they were able to get me. They got rid of their armor, and now there's going to be a couple more teams intervening. Krillo diving in as a free Salage, finding 1 knock on the Lupa.
That delicate,
one
bro.
are still the team on the back foot. The pull lands there from Benzano. Deletes me, and Bet now betting themselves out of this one because they realize there's too many squads here.
Yeah, rough spot there for Bet. We saw Krillo take advantage of that delicate disguise on the Shiv. Gets like an instant elite. Looks like carnage happening over here with BY2 and 1.
Denying the respawn, saying there's not going to be an easy way for you to get back into this game. They're hunting down these snipe shots onto 1, but 1 still have 3 alive. They still got something going for themselves.
Yeah, these crystals are still out too from the soul, so not quite in that phase. Aiden looking to continue pressure on Jackalakan. Nice shift there, does iframe out. Akulotl holding kind of the ledge. But Drain. So Lura doing work here, bro. Constantly putting pressure out kind of by themselves.
Burn. That's a lot of damage on the Javi, but there's the reset. That's what we were waiting for.
Yeah, you see those stacks up on someone, and you're like, oh no, this could be it. And the huge fight against Lob down here as we come kind of in the back end of the action. It looks like Toy Machine is improving her to be able to get out, but the big contest there against one of our top squads, so are going to get some equipment and armor from that. Krillo looking for that delicate disguise spike onto Null there. Isn't quite going to get it through. They do not glide. Just a cheeky little look. And like, dude, this final circle, bro, this part of the map, I love.
Yeah,
like,
look at this.
Yes, dude, this is it. Like, Shards of Fate is a great spot to fight. And we see the continuing their assault on the bottom as they take out another one from BET.
I agree, though. I really like the Shards of Fate. We don't often get to see it. A lot of teams tend to avoid this area unless there's armor there. But it's going to allow for some funny plays. And speaking of some wild plays, we are in the Forge.
Oh, my God.
BY2 are getting ripped apart. They got the play. And unfortunately, BY2 get eliminated.
Huge fight by TER there. Such a good entry and just really quickly wipe up BY2, unfortunately. So BY2 out at 9th here in Game 5 as Toy Machine pushing across this ledge, really threatened here by who have a delicate disguise of their own on Lunaris on the Jewel.
5 or Game 6? I think this is Game 6.
Game 6,
right?
sorry. I don't.
Yeah. I got me confused for a second too. I'm like, wait.
We jumped game numbers when we switched lobbies too, so I'm extra confused. Nice by Toy Machine with the spike on Oath. Very slick there.
Very well done. Yeah. Kind of not respecting the fact that Oath does have range when he throws out the hammer like that.
Yeah.
So he's able to get a nice cheeky spike. They should be able to get the res off, but going over here, DER and ER are now scrapping over some control. And that some are invisible on one side, sneaking away. Now fighting against Lob, getting a little bit of trade damage onto Conra. But as they got their Kingpin too low, Lob now have to kite backwards, but they're pushing up the TER and ER who are still fighting over the falls, and they're going to be able to get the knock on the Dawn while the rest of Lob have to disengage. But the are still playing for the aggression, looking for the knocks. Krilla does not find that spike. Good use of the Feather Wings to make sure that you weren't going to get knocked there.
Yeah, the and Lob continuing to fight, and it keeps looking good for the. Lob actually peels out to the right. It's going to run right into one who is a bit split. Big nuke. Agulatl right into it. Unfortunately,
yeah, I think that was a Vortex Charm, wasn't it? That pulled him in.
It might have.
Now the flight of the
didn't see.
Firefox on each side as one now find themselves split up. We have a team eliminated, but we got 3 teams scrapping it out. The take control. forcing away Lob, who are now split apart, and hard to get away from that one. Toy Machine eventually will fall to survive for Lob, but TER take control of the broken respawn and then look for Krilla, who tried to go for the fuselage.
Yeah, Krilla's just like trying to do some solo work on the Shiv. Been holding that ledge with Delicate Disguise for a while now. Keeps looking for the cheeky spike. Looks for a good ult there, but not able to do much as one going for the box res. I think TER hears it, but I don't know if they're going to be able to push in time to do anything, and they're not. So they get the res, same time The is getting a res over here on the left. So we got 2 teams back at 4. Still 7 squads left, 11 minutes in. And pretty interesting positioning here with the way this final circle is going to play out over the Abyss. Not going to be a ton of ground to play around.
Pretty much wide open there with that Abyss. You also have to worry about the freezing cold water that you're now playing with. Those give you angles for some unique spikes that people don't always realize. And with 7 teams still remaining, there isn't very much real estate to go around.
Yeah, and we keep seeing this action here between The and Lob, and they're probably going to get into it again as Lob does see them about to engage on one. So I bet we see Lob look for a third party here between these 2 squads. They're probably wanting to take out this purple team, having been basically fighting them the whole game. But right as I say that, one actually disengages and looks for their own flank down here onto Lob. Replicator on Jackalack and double Berry Eaters out. And so pretty nice powers on one. Will they be able to take advantage here?
Pull. That was a great pull to start off the fight initially, but Lob don't have the damage to back it up just yet. They have to make sure they're splitting it up. That Flight of the Firefox didn't do too much, but the Eye of the Storm might do a lot more as they dash back in, get the punch onto Solura, and almost are able to take him down. There goes one. First casualty. Lupa to join them in the dirt, and then we have the pushing in because they realize now's the time to strike. Now's the time to look for these low health bars. It's getting difficult, but the nuke has been spit out, and now it's going to split up the teams. Only 2 are pushing for the. Lob could start to fight in this fight if they want to turn it around, but now Brofish here going to be a little bit more difficult. Lob haven't gotten just yet the pull, but nobody's there to back up Tornado Boy as he's going to go down.
Yeah, I think like you were saying, Magical, they could have maybe turned right there with the Tornado Boy grab, but they are continuing to kite and continuing to press their advantage against Lob, our previous winners for a couple games here. And so Madly with the crown getting huge pressure by TER is not going to be able to live. So Krillo looking like along with Dawn going to be the last hope for ER. Going to try to continue working that Delicate Disguise angle. Has had it basically this whole time. And BET with the Shrapnel Soul, not a team to be you know, not paying attention to as well. Very scary, can instantly shred armor with that. And continue to duke it out down here.
One got the respawn. They were able to get the whole team back up, and now they are punishing who had just used everything, not only to chase them, but also Lob. And so now it is going to be who find themselves in an awkward position, hoping to find either a crown play or a respawn.
Yeah, so Real Time looking to make some magic happen for his squad as we come to this fight between Iz and BET. Iz pretty good looking armor, but I don't know if it's going to matter much against that Shredder Soul or the Shrapnel Soul. Oh, did Krillo see him? I'm not sure.
I don't know, but definitely Real Time didn't see him, and Dawn going to be the one that gets spotted out. Spiked over the Abyss. Pretty easy there for Iz.
Yeah, finds that Firefox in. Well, Robbie kind of on a tear on the Fox. Been fun to watch because
just putting out big pressure. I love seeing like good
flight of the Fox, as you would put it.
Hey,
Flight of the Firefox,
man.
I love it.
It's a fun ability, and does a lot of damage when you land it onto multiple people, especially when you use it in tandem to NECC or the Flame Shield. But now we have to talk about Krillo. This lone survivor for ER has got the crown. Is, you know, technically everyone knows where you are, but also invisible at the same time. Nuke's been sent out. They're looking to hunt down Krillo, but that Delicate Disguise making it difficult to perfectly track Krillo so far.
Yeah, it's really hard to. You got to basically see the indicator and then get lucky with a shot, which they might hear TER. Oh, he gets taken out. It takes some amount of damage, so they do see him for a sec. Gonna try to get that in his back. Oh.
The push in to the storm, this solo brawl, Real Time.
Oh, Real Time though.
He tries so hard to fight back, and it actually might help out Iz more than it helps out his own team, because he was able to do a lot of damage on the Lob and split them apart, improving, getting tacked by 2 members.
Improving.
Always
oh,
so
he sees
good
it.
on this duel.
Oh.
He takes out plays, but Galaxy Game Boy will chase him away into the storm. And unfortunately, Lob's best player in that mechanics there will fall and only have 2 more. I think just one more to remain.
Yeah, just barely caught the edge of the storm there. Conra has been doing work, was on Myth last game on the Bishop, but Krillo's going to find him. Whole team back for Krillo. Perfect situation, just getting fed up on a platter there. So procs the crown, whole team back for ER. And soul fight breaking out down here between our Armor Soul and Shrapnel.
Blast off, getting the push back, but Tamashi sees low health bars and he's getting hungry, ready to feast. But now that you have Iz on the flank, Javian's going to be the casualty, taken down by TER. Well, they're even scaring away the last remnants of BET, taken down by one, as one still hold on to control of the circle, and they're afraid of ER, who are right behind them. Brillo again, delicate disguise, holding on to this flank angle.
Yeah, and one see that there's an invis, so they're a little sketched to like push that. But they've been playing this really well. We see them, now on like a 2 gold armor advantage here, and 2 blues as well with Shrapnel. So gonna be a scary team to try to push. They do throw a fire down, looking to kind of settle in where as we see this next shift. And TER way ahead of it, have the position in Kobayashi's, and so. Can they're going to need one more replicate here to be full gold on 1. So probably waiting to fight till that cooldown. And TER is working that south angle.
Oh no, ER didn't expect anyone to come in through town, and now they are collapsed upon by TER. Abyssal Breaker 2, breaking the backs of ER as Dawn over the Abyss.
That's rough.
Will claim the squad wipe. 3 squads now remain, all just to east of town.
Yeah, that's just a rough spot to be in. You're right. They were not ready for that. They did not think anyone took that Kobayashi's angle. It gets kind of completely caught off guard, and the Jin and the Jewel damage, especially coming out of stealth, is just a little too much to handle there. So will get taken out at 4th. TER claiming a very good spot in the circle, looking to hold it here as Iz pushes in.
Not realizing Tamashi's right behind him because he now has the delicate disguise. Perfect for Jin, and he's waiting it out, but now you got to realize that there's another team right behind you. He no longer wants to find that assassination play, so he'll regroup with the team back in town and allow his team to look for a better position against 1.
Yeah, and we got like a really interesting position here. There's like this huge wall, kind of Kobayashi splitting everything up. Like an island to the north and then ground to the right. And a couple teams have fires out, so going to be looking to play this. We did just see a nuke go out on 1, I think, but another one up there still, as TER looks for an angle on Iz here.
She took a little bit of damage, so has to heal up to utilize that delicate disguise a little bit more. And Iz are caught in a canyon. This is going to be difficult to get away. One are slowly pushing up, and this is where they get the lockdown onto 1. Flight of the Firefox from Robbie, ripping apart TER, who are back into town, but now you got to deal with who's behind you. You pick up a solo crown for Twin, but now you've got to fight against all this gold on the side of 1, and you have to instead disengage, blast off away. TER are going to take back their spot they had just lost.
Yeah, that's exactly what 1 was looking for, finding that third party. They realized that these guys pulled to the north, and they're going to try to go contest, but they're ready for him. Robbie.
It is baited that. That was a bait pulling in 1 towards them because they have the crown still, and now TER are taking position. They are punishing them. They're looking for Salura, who's still all by themselves on that little solo island. 1 holding control. Base camp is there, but TER still got Tamashi, who's looking for the assassination. Not going to be able to land that onto the Felix, but instead 1 now control of Respawn Bacon that's slowly pushing Iz towards them.
Yeah, so Lura, the other Firefox, also just been doing work in this game, especially with that Shrapnel. We see 2 Arc GAs on 1, so they are going to be hard to take out, even if they do get boxed, if people aren't paying attention to those reses. And so they do have high ground with Fire Vision here. 1 potentially looking like our scariest team to kind of fight against. TER in a bit of a weird spot, kind of cornered. I guess they're all right. They got this little ledge they can play around. Tamashi always looking for some Abyss on the Jin, does have the disguise still. So looking for that, maybe that quick dunk on someone who's not ready for it down there.
It is also difficult holding on to those little slivers of land against a Felix, because it just takes 1 good Flight of the Firefox that's going to force you over the Abyss and into their hands. But as the circle keeps pushing towards TER, it will give them some liberties that they're not going to feel as threatened. Instead, it's going to be Iz and One who now find themselves in a bad spot because there's very little real estate for them to get to because they have to go over the abyss in order to get towards TER.
Yeah, jump pads here from One coming out, looking over the top on TER. Huge.
Killing Finale, but he's in the storm. That's what we got to keep our eyes on. There's a lot of damage as they get punched back into the storm. Themselves resets, looking for the damage as they push them back. But is now on the other side. TER trying to get away, but it's One who controls the island. They're pushing people into the abyss and into the storm. Is have to use Robbie's flight of the Firefox to get away from the battle, but he's still down. 2 remain for Is. It's going to be a low health on Twin A as he's going to lose his health. Rapcore, only 1 left for Is, hoping to be a massive hero. Does take down
let's go.
One, but look at what's happening on the other side. They're getting wrapped around. Rapcore does fall. Galaxy Gay Boy, it's all on you for Is, as you got a little bit of damage. They found the crown and they're looking for the spikes, but they aren't able to find it just yet, especially with so many members of TER still alive. One pushed into the storm, looking for their own eye of the storm for Jack-O-Lantern to escape, but they've got every angle.
My
they eliminate
God.
One, and it's down to only
He procs it, bro. They're back.
Oh, what? He was able to procs it, get it back. No way.
Dude, so TER, insanely played fight, have double souls here, but actually down numbers now. 3v4 after they give Galaxy time to hold that Wisp. Gets the kill, procs the crown, but they're standing on Beacon. Can they get a res of their own?
They're trying to get the whole team back, but they have to bail instead. They dash away. Spade's got full gold armor.
Tamashi!
Getting a lot of damage onto Twin A. They're still alive, though. We have to keep our eyes. Can they pull it off? Spade trying to juke him around. Looking for Rapcore, but Rapcore looking for the headshots to land consistently to take out the menace that is Jewel. But you can't do it. It is Spade Storm raining down a storm onto Is. Galaxy A-Boy, no res this time. This is TER's game to win.
Dude, monster game by TER there, bro. Such a well-played final circle. And they end up getting forced off the res, but do pull out the 4v3 in the end. Spade Storms and Jin. Tamashi on the Jin and Spade Storms on the Jewel doing absolute work in that last fight. Rapcore doing work to trade back. Galaxy Gay Boy doing a bunch of work on the Oath to Zone and survive. Kuris doing work on the Myth. Like we said, like they were just pumping, bro. Like you in a 3v4 end game like that against that kind of gear, you have to deliver the damage if you want to turn that, and they do it right there. Love to see that, bro. TER take our final game of Winter Draft Scrims. Let's go.
And I gotta say, that was probably the most exciting game we've had at the end. We've had some wild end games too, but just how all over the place it was. That the fact that TER were able to get the Wisp res, they were able to get the team back up and then refight against Iz, who thought they had gotten control away. It was madness.
Dude, so good, bro. I love it. Thank you. Huge shout out to all the players that came out. Yeah, this right here, this is the Galaxy Gay Boy, like the clutch Wisp proc, but it's not going to be quite enough. TER just playing it too well, having that final fight come through here. But yeah, huge shout out to all the teams, all the players, everyone coming out, like, and especially the guys that organized this kind of behind the scenes. So Dylan, FPS, Jang, Pensato, Supernac, huge shout out to those guys.
Shout out to Argus, to our observer.
Absolutely.
Doing a fantastic job.
Huge shout out to Argus for driving us around that whole time. Very well done. Dude, our first time getting replays, bro. Mid-game replays. Actually so epic.
Absolutely wild. Argus, you got anything you want to say before we start tossing it off and go host someone? I love it. All right. And guys, so thank you for everyone who joined in the streams. We try to do this a lot. Me and Zikrick always try to make sure we're providing some sort of commentary and letting people see the streams from more of like the outside perspective. So it's not just the player's view, which is cool.
Oh wait, Supernac says hold, don't end stream yet. Supernac maybe wants to pop in and say something.
Okay, yeah, let's get him. If we can get Supernac in, let's get him in.
Also,
I was gonna make sure people are following your YouTube channel though. Make sure you follow Zikrick's YouTube channel. He's gonna be posting
Thanks, bro. Appreciate the flip.
I gotta say, I feel bad for Robbie here. Got unluckily hit by a chonker.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, right there.
Oh no.
Unfortunate timing.
Dude, that is so
I think that might have turned the fight.
Dude, that's
Honestly,
the big brain chonker play. Intentional, bro. GG.
Yeah,
Kuris with the
it
big
was all
chonker.
Oh man.
Drew it just like they drew it up. Dude, our Firefoxes were pumping though. Robbie and who was the Saturo? I think was the other Firefox.
Yeah,
Both of them
yeah,
were
yeah.
doing work in that game.
It was great. Oh man, I am. Oh, ah. Oh, they're sweet. So, from the Winter Draft Scrims team, they donated $50 and said, "Always thanks for the helping cast these events, and hopefully we'll keep hosting these, and hope this helps with it." It does. It definitely does.
Let's go. That's
So-
huge. Shout out.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so
Big
much,
shout out.
guys. It means a lot. I'm gonna try to use some of this to for the event that I'm gonna do this weekend. I'm gonna try to use some of that in order to have some sort of prizing, but that's the goal. Is that we can keep doing this, and that as they keep growing, we hopefully will make money for everyone. So that if I keep doing these, or I know Battle Hub's gonna be doing a lot of them too, that we can start paying people for observing, for casting, for organizing. That's the dream. Knock on wood, guys. Knock on wood.
Yeah, guys, and huge shout out to Magical here for hosting the stream. We've been trying to cover as many scrims as we can here. So, a lot of the weeknights, especially Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're doing our best to cover those as much as we can. So, basically every time we're doing that and live, it's going to be here on MadMagical stream. So, be sure to give them a follow and, be sure to stop by and keep checking out these scrims. If you enjoyed what you saw today, we're basically trying to do this as much as we can. And hopefully, all these sort of new players that showed up today kind of, the whole point of this tournament was break the ice a little bit, get some of these people out here interested in some SUPERVIVE scrims. And so, yeah, I'm super stoked to, just keep casting these, bro, because it's just been so much fun.
Agreed. It's been a blast. It definitely has been a blast. Like I said, we still got. Oh no!
So yeah, all these people got to come back and watch scrims now because no ads. So Parya, Jang, Taylor Pensato, Lunaris, Jinx, Argus, Dylan, Thousand Eyes. You guys are locked in. Ad-free magical stream. Let's go, baby.
Woo, let's go. Like I said, it's the dream to have this all work out for us. So, thank you, everyone. Thanks, Nick. That was awesome. All right, so let's find someone to go raid so we can end the stream. I haven't eaten dinner, so I want to eat dinner. I literally woke up, got ready for this, and I've just been doing that. So
This man deserves some food. Deserves to eat.
Yes, but thanks, Nick. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, like I said, we'll be back Friday. It's gonna be Friday, so you and I will talk because I want to make sure we're getting, because I'm going to try to bring in a couple new faces too for casting, but
yeah, we should definitely basically anyone that's interested would be really cool to have them in. 100%.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to get as many, I can't get everyone, right? I'm just going to try to get a few faces that either are interested in casting or people who are or already have been casting and kind of want to just have one last hurrah of SUPERVIVE for 2024 before we move on to the next.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's go to SUPERVIVE. See who is streaming.
Pico would
Give
like
it
to cast.
over.
Nice. Yeah. Tell him to
There we go.
get in contact with Magical, and we will, kind of the more people we have, it's just going to be better practice for us, casting with different casters and being able to mix stuff up. And me and Magical have been doing as much as we can, but with these guys scrimming most nights, we have not been able to cover it all. So having more people, to kind of help out with the casting and the coverage would be really cool. So anyone that's interested, definitely get in touch with Magical.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, guys. It's awesome. This has been a lot of fun. SUPERVIVE. I'm hoping that this game keeps building up. I know, Jang, wait. So we're gonna go host. We'll raid Dunmere. Dunmere's streaming right now. So let's give it over to him. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Zick. Thank you, the Winter Scrim team as well, for both the subs and the donations. You guys are all awesome, and we'll be back Friday for more games. Until then, we'll see you next time.
Let's go. GG's, fam. Peace.
GG's.